Welcome, welcome. Let's dive right in. Get going immediately. We've only got 3 hours today, so let's just dive right into stream. Oh, you better be working there, Twitch. I swear to God. Hey, Tenwin, welcome, welcome. Yeah, you beat the bot. Nice going. Did some inventory management right after I got off stream. Cleared out some of this. Almost sold off my various clothing items that I still want to hold on to. Where the hell were we and what were we doing? I don't even remember. More about the Leaden Key. Travel to Clip-on Reg. Enter the tower in Heritage Hill. Where video? What you talking about, Kato? You talk about the VOD from yesterday? Yes, we did talk to Madam Webb, although she doesn't have anything else for us until we find out more stuff about the Leaden Key. Kato, what you talking about where video? You got me concerned here, buddy. Is there something not popping up? Hold on. Stream Manager looks good. Everything on OBS looks good. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Kato. Oh, helps if I actually... Okay, what have we still got here? Travel with Editor to the Records Archives. Continue travel Durance. Ruins beneath Caed Nua. We're working on that. Explore the Endless Pass. Travel to the Cliffs. Retrieve Helig's research. Oh, we're right. We need to kill Helig. That was what we needed to do. Speak to Agosti in the Valiant Embassy. Our health is good.
I'm ready.
Aye?
We've got some good... I've got to remember to use that, because that's per encounter, not per... Okay, we still got a good number of spells. Alright, let's go take care of Helig then. First things first. Let's go down into the catacombs and take care of Helig. Yeah, we need to slap an ancient zombie necromancer. Copper Lane's the fastest way to get there. Bip. Yeah, he's not a lich, thankfully, because I'm pretty sure we'd get absolutely destroyed if he was a full-blown lich. Okay, he was back here. Oh, what the fuck? Didn't realize we left stuff here. That's weird. What the fuck? I left a bunch of stuff down here. What the hell? I don't even remember that. I could have sworn I picked everything up.
I'll stay out of sight.
Okay. I distinctly remember... I guess so. We were having issues. Wonder if I got enough experience to unlock this one now. Nope. Oh, we're not going that way then. Back around this way. Okay, Helig of Thane. Plus 1, 2, 3 Revenants. Okay. Luckily, he doesn't start combat with us, so... We're going to put Pelagina right next to him. We're going to put Adir on his flank. We're going to start me over here. We're going to start Haravius over here. Yeah, they're flesh baddies. I just need to keep them from, like, all ganging up on the same person. As long as I keep them separated out on their damage, they're fine. The main thing will be getting him surrounded and dealing as much damage as possible.
Indeed.
How do we want to start this? She does have that. That's still fine. We should be able to handle this. I'm thinking we start with Soul Ignition. Soul Ignition's a good amount of damage. Basically 10 burn damage per second for 14 seconds. Forces an enemy soul to leak energy, igniting the air around them and burning them over time. That sounds like a good idea. Okay, so we're going to pause. We're going to set Soul Ignite on Helig. We're going to mark him. Oh, we can't do that yet. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Burn their soul. Yeah, pretty much. We're also going to... Indeed it is. Not so, I mean, we're burning soul energy, so it's not real fire, but we'll get there. That does make me, that does remind me, when we get to Path of the, Wrath of the Righteous, there is one character build I'm considering for that one, which is pretty much just pure fire nonstop. Flame Kineticist is a hilarious build that I've been looking into to see if maybe that would be a good way to do that RPG when we get there. I want to save that until he starts to try and cast a spell, so we'll hold off. Is there anything else we want to do? Okay. Start the battle. Alright, he's going to start. Go ahead and Sworn Enemy him. Adir, swing. Bravius. Give me a Moonwell centered here. Aloth, give me a Minalotus Concussive Missiles. Durance, move up slightly. And give me a buff on everybody, please. Oh, he's already dead. Oh. Okay, I was honestly not expecting that. I thought he was... What is that meme from Invincible? I thought you were so much stronger. I honestly did. I honestly thought this was going to be a tough fight, and he exploded. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, no. Oh, that's why. Pelagina crit him. She Sworn Enemied and then critted him for 84 damage in a single swing. Okay, that explains why. I thought he was going to be so much stronger than that. I thought he was going to be so much stronger. +5 will. That's not really that. Oh dear, yeah. We're going to have to find a way to get her soul out of that. Fine Robe, Helig's Grimoire. Get that to Aloth. The soul prowls within this bloodstone like a caged Steelgar. It's filled with a fierce, restless energy. I think I know who you are. You see an image in your mind of a woman in heavy leather armor, bearing twin daggers. Next to her is a man, young and handsome, who calls her Rowena. The vision shifts, a windswept plain next to a lake. 50 men and women in matching leathers lay dead, their bodies contorted and deformed by sinister sorcery. Rowena falls amongst them, her body collapsing next to the young man you saw earlier. She's too weak to speak, but the name Dalton appears in your mind. A lone figure strides across the battlefield, barely bothering to step over the corpses. His eyes are filled with an unnatural light as he fixes them upon Rowena. He reaches out to her, and what little life remains in her body departs. When he takes the amulet from around her neck, you feel her anguished soul trapped within it. With a final contemptuous glance at the fallen Dalton, the man departs. Dalton was the one who sent me to find you. The soul pulses with a warmth. It fills your mind with memories of a young man both bold and generous. But fury and despair gnaw those images to pieces until all you feel are cold crimson walls pressing against you and something loathsome feeding off of you as the years fade into decades. What do you want? You see an image of the amulet shattering and the soul inside rising and dissipating amongst the stars. Well, that's what we'll tell Dalton to do then, because otherwise that would be cruel and unusual in the extreme. Hello. Faded portrait of a young nobleman rests inside. His face has been worn away by time. Interesting. Scattered feverish notes detail various animatic procedures and rites of necromancy. The grim assortment of rusty blades adorns the table. Aha, he did have a secret stash. Doesn't really do anything. Still kind of annoyed I can't undo that trap. Still very kind of annoyed with that, because it means free experience points that I can't get. Alright, back up. He deserved to be one tap credit? I mean, yes. From everything we've seen, like, his partner was at least trying to help people back when they were actual practicing animancers. He was just in it for complete and total power. And it occurs to me, probably the only reason he didn't become something like a lich is because he still wanted to infiltrate various animantic societies. Like, he worked at the sanitarium for a while. Like, legitimately. Like, that tells me that he, that was part of the reason he maintained what he was to try and keep some semblance of the ability to basically infiltrate whatever animancy he wanted.
Good day, stranger.
Did you find her? His tired old eyes seemed to brighten a little. Yes, but not as you expected. The old man studies the amulet. Rowena used to wear this. Where did you get it? From Halig, who kept her soul trapped inside of it for decades. It's time to set her free. Dalton's eyes widen in horror. Please, no. After searching for her for so long, he gazes at the amulet. Just to have her close to me, to visit her in my dreams, that would be enough. Now, we're going to do that one. I think she reached out to you so that you could finally say goodbye. Dalton's expression slowly withers. No, you're right. Please, let me do it. He draws a club with a trembling hand and swings with great force, crushing the amulet. As the gem shatters, you feel the essence rush from it. The old man looks at the shattered gemstone. Thank you for showing me reason. I hope she'll wait for me in the next life. He looks at his hands shaking. By the flame, she won't have to wait long. Please, take this. He hands you the club. It's from my old adventuring days, and I think it's time I finally let them go. I mean, I kind of figured that was how it was going to end, but... oh, we are so close to level up. We also... Let me see here. Defiance Bay, hero moderately good. Okay, now we can... Now let's go check out to see if maybe that person will talk to us for Edir's quest. I mean, if that's what would have happened, I mean, I'm sure someone else in my party could have handled it. We could get Pelagina to swing the club. It'd be fine. But that is one of those moments where in an actual RPG, I could see the DM making a dice roll for that and be like, oh shit, he rolled a natural 1. He hits the amulet, it goes spiraling off into the air, lands in the water, and gets sucked into a sewer drain, and we're just like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, it's a unique. Oh, you're right. El Iwindibita. Once owned by the Glanfathan barbarian Bardwin Calda. This club has ended the life of many an opponent. Badrin was known to rush headlong at every battle, swinging the club over his head, shouting Dial Iwindibita, vengeance just and merciless. Even in victory, Baldwin was relentless, using the club to dispatch wounded or captive foes where they lay, and in time his battle cry came to be associated with the weapon itself, remembered long after Baldwin's death. Oh, okay. I mean, it's nice. It is a fast club. That could be useful. That is a cruel GM. Yeah, some GMs do that. It also depends. The GM might do it and then immediately use that as a segue to go into another plot point. Like, that's a great way to arrange it so that you can do that.
Traveler.
Let me see this. We've had a number of inquiries. Ah, here we go. For the first time, he turns his full attention toward you and his eyes flicker in recognition. Of course, that policy is for the general public. Exceptions can be made for those who have proven their worth to the city. Yes, I am. I keep forgetting to actually equip that. I at least want to try it. He looks up to a shelf and withdraws a thick volume, shifting a layer of dust aside with his hand. The rosters are near the front, and the inventories of the dead are at the back of the book. He presses it into Edir's outstretched hands. Edir begins to leaf through the book for some time, anxiously running his thick farmhand fingers over page after page of names. Hey, Stylish, welcome, welcome. At last, his hand stops, his fingers just below one name.
Talesh died 18 Majavernho 2808. Third battle of Cleaban Relog. Blazing Glanfather names, I swear. Brayet Saris?
He stops short, his eyes bulging. They scan back and forth, over and over.
I'll be the effigy. He fought for Raid Saris. Why'd he fight for Raid Saris?
I'm sure he must have had a good reason, Edir. I am too. He stares at the page, his complexion drained. I am too.
We gotta go there. That battlefield. Clea, the one I said. I don't know how else I'm gonna make sense of all this. I gotta see what he saw.
A strange look comes over Edir.
Who knows, maybe his spirit will even be there and you can have one of your weird talks with him. I mean, worth trying, right?
I'll help you in any way I can, Edir. It'll be fine.
I appreciate that. I wish I could say you won't regret it, but you certainly might.
Yeah, I had a bad feeling it wouldn't play out the way Edir wanted it to here. Also, yeah, we've checked all of these. Yeah, I can't imagine. I just kind of knew the way Edir was talking. It's like he's going to find out exactly that his brother did fight for Red Saris, or at least was fighting for Red Saris. I don't know. I mean, this sounds like your classic, oh, it turns out his brother was fighting for Red Saris, and then we'll find out something else. It's like, oh, it turns out he was doing it as a spy or something. It'll be some convoluted bullshit that'll take a while to actually work out, knowing how these kind of stories work. Okay, so... I do have two fine of those. Accurate, fine, and vicious. Probably the best, yeah. We'll go ahead and put that there and put a... No, not that. Put the dagger in the second hand and we'll try that out. Yeah, but that's on... the unique stiletto is on Sagani. Oh, speaking of which... Oh, he didn't have... Man, he didn't have much of anything. He had Fireball, he had some console hot spells, but he didn't really have anything. I was expecting something to be in that grimoire. Oh well. What was I doing? Shit. I was trying to think of what I was doing. That's the DLC. Anslog's Compass. Turn to Caed Nua. Right. Find a druid who knows more about the Autumn Stilgar. Speak to a ghostie. Oh, right. Speak to a ghostie at the Valiant Embassy. I forgot that she had already given us a quest for that. Good thing I checked. I think it's also just a case of Halig was so obsessed with animancy that he never bothered to actually learn combat spells. Like, his danger was in his knowledge, not in who he was. I do also think that his recent death at the hands of Morin from the sanitarium did probably cause some loss of power. Oh.
I would speak with you on a matter of some urgency and great importance.
Pelagina smiles broadly as she addresses the ambassador. Sighing as though remembering some heavy burden, Vicente crosses his arms before replying. Pelagina, if this is the same matter we previously discussed, I doubt I will be convinced any more easily. Ambassador, please hear her out. The ambassador praises you for a few moments, then nods respectfully. You are well known throughout the Bay, Savani. Even in the Valiant Embassy. He smiles softly. He turns his attention back to Pelagina. So you're keeping respectable company these days? He throws up his hands and shrugs. Hardly a good reason to go stirring up trouble with animancers and who knows else.
Ambassador, there are issues at stake here that go beyond rogue merchants and the port staying open. Animancy is under attack in Defiance Bay.
Pelagina shakes her feathered fists to emphasize her point. We have to protect our interests, Pelagina, but that also means knowing when to avoid unnecessary entanglements. The animancers and the locals have problems. They will work them out, or they will not. Either way, there is too much to risk by getting involved.
If it is outlawed here, what would prevent the same from happening in our republics?
The ambassador's face vacillates between expressions of sympathy and frustration. Pelagina, I do not think your concerns are unfounded, but it is not the place of the embassy to countermand the Republic's policies here. If it makes any difference, Ambassador, I'm already looking into the matters Pelagina has spoken of, and we've already dealt with one incident of somebody sabotaging animancers in the city in an attempt to stir up trouble. It really doesn't, but it would be fortuitous if your investigation took you to Twin Elms, because that is where Pelagina needs to go.
What is it the Dukes need of me, Ambassador?
Pelagina recovers her determined demeanor. The Deerwood's instability has created an opportunity for us to take over their trade with the Glanfath. We will need to meet with the Glanfathans directly, soon to secure upcoming trade arrangements. The road to Twin Elms is, of course, very dangerous, but that's why you'll be our representative there.
It shall see, Ambassador. But won't this provoke the Deerwoodins? Their country is falling apart, and we are already dividing up their trade alliances.
Pelagina's feathers ruffle slightly, but she speaks with an unusually meek timbre. Provoke them into what? Going to war? There's no fault of the Republic's. The Deerwood's armies have been deprived of an entire generation of soldiers. It would be foolish not to take advantage of the situation, and you can be assured that if we do not, Red Seras will. Ambassador, that's a fairly bit of cold compassion considering what these people have been through these last 15 years, and what they might be through for another few years to go.
More than that, Ambassador, there is a practical element to consider. We may profit in the short term from this arrangement, but what of the future? The Deerwood won't forget, and the Republics may pay the price for it.
The ambassador sighs. We are not the Dukes, Pelagina. It is their decision and their job to carry out the orders. And our job to carry out the orders. It's not like they're asking you to assassinate anyone. Pelagina raises an eyebrow and clenches her jaw but remains silent. Ooh. Yes, which is something that Pelagina herself has pointed out on a number of occasions. Pelagina, Pelagina. He shakes his head. Go to Twin Elms. This is your orders. Speak to the Amanfath. Impress upon her the instability of the Deerwood and reassure her of the Valian Republic's desire to open fair and safe trade.
Of course, Ambassador.
After a long and uncomfortable pause, Pelagina exhales deeply, the lids of her eyes closing briefly as she slumps in acceptance. The ambassador nods and smiles paternally. He then looks to you. I know you planned on investigating this crisis together, but I hope you understand Pelagina's responsibilities. Of course, Ambassador. We all have our duties to attend to. Pelagina narrows her eyes at you in annoyance, but Vicente beams. Excellent. Now if you would excuse me.
Could have gone better. Could have gone worse.
I mean, yeah.
I appreciate that you stood up for me, but it's hard to persuade the ambassador to go against the Duke's orders.
Well, I know you're right. We may find a way for you to fulfill your obligations while looking into what's really going on around here. Besides, getting the Glanfathan's perspective on everything that's been happening would probably be valuable. We'd be making our way to Twin Elms regardless.
Enough wisdom for both of us. Now, I just need to find out how to get to Twin Elms before the ambassador loses his patience.
She pauses in thought. Still, I fear that making this deal with the Glanfathans will further weaken the Deerwood and make trouble for the Republic in years to come. It is a long way to the Twin Elms. We've got plenty of time to think it over.
Verus.
Hey, that was just enough to level up. Give me more mechanics, please. Is there anything from a I kind of don't like that I don't really think there's anything from a lower level that I really want. It's 10 seconds is the problem. Hobbled for 17 seconds and weakened for 17 seconds. No, we're gonna stick with finding another level 4 power. 7 damage reduction stolen. Pierce damage with a solid interrupt. But it also can hit allies, which is unfortunate. 10 damage reduction and 122 endurance. That would seem to be the best choice. It's a really solid buff. And it's a decent healing spell. Or to consider the dual wield talent if you want to try this road. I know. My main problem is I'm not sure. I haven't even gotten into a fight with this as a setup yet, which is the problem. I do remember when I was reading the melee guide, they do recommend sneak attack, regardless of what your weapon setup is, simply because you'll almost always be wanting to flank as a Cypher anyways, so engaging enemies that are already engaged by one of your allies. We'll go with that for now because that'll work regardless of whatever weapon that I end up using. And then we'll see if I want the dual wielding one later. Oh, Eder also leveled up. Let's go ahead and get him then. Athletics. I don't think he needs any of those. Increases the fighter's awareness while in defender mode, granting a bonus to fortitude, reflexes, and will. All defenses except deflection. Not the worst. Knockdown is also not bad for him. That's just straight bonuses to those. Those are all just damage ones. Range recovery when moving. Not the worst idea. Worry Defender's probably the best as far as... Yeah, we'll go with where it... Yeah, Worry Defender. Oh, Haravius did a level up, you're right. Go ahead and grab another rank of survival on him. Bonus level, because why wouldn't you? There we go. More 3rd level spells.
Need something? Hi?
Huh?
Okay, where do we want to go next? I don't think... Let me see here. Saints War Battlefield, Durance, Caed Nua, Endless Pass, Travel to the Cliffs, Siege of Cragholt. Deerford for information about Aelis's disappearance. That's back up there with the skein. Learn the Grieving Mother's Pass. We're working on that. Travel to the cave in Frigga's Vision. Where is that? Yeah, I have no idea where that is. Help Pelagina. Yep. Find a druid. Okay. Turn to Caed Nua. We need to do that at some point. We need to do Anslog's Compass. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get this injury off of her. It's in the pools where I met them. That's a fancy way of saying where I got my ass fucking destroyed by them. We literally walked all of 5 feet and immediately got eviscerated. You know, we're gonna go rest in the inn real fast because we do have an injury on Pelagina, and then we will visit our final district. Come on, everybody, keep moving. Do 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 do. Why is Durance in the front? That makes no sense. There we go.
Hail, traveler.
Let me get a room. There was one really good one. Wasn't there? No, not into... I think it was the Vixen's Burrow. Yeah, for the +2 dexterity, just to give everybody a attack speed boost. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. There we go. Everybody's rested up. Everybody's good to go. Got the Zealous Endurance. We've got him. He is not on his actual defensive one, is he? There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Much better. Okay, final district is calling to us. That will be the end of our time in Defiance Bay. We might actually get through it today. Wouldn't that be nice? That'd be practically a shocker. Okay. Okay. Oh, right. We have to actually go there because we haven't walked to that district yet. Start here, and then we head over to this side, Heritage Hill. Where apparently there's an outbreak of the undead. Yeah, but we'll get to those. We'll get to those. Y'all taking forever, come on. Alright, Heritage Hill, here we come. Turn around, traveler. Heritage Hill is closed. If you heard from
Hail
your
and well
officer,
met.
you know that it's not the case. Wyla sent me. I'm looking into the missing guards. You're the one she sent word about. The guard looks you up and down, frowning. I was honestly expecting them to send in a whole squad of the Justiciars. Not that I'm volunteering, mind you. I'll have the gate opened immediately. Just watch your step. We can't send anyone in after you if this goes badly. Heh. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Do 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 do. What can you tell me about the unusual goings-on in there? Friend, I try and hear as little as possible. One of the women on the last watch said she heard someone shouting from the northeast part of the district. Something that sounded like an order, but I don't see how anyone could survive that deep inside. Once or twice we caught a glimpse of something moving on the other side of the gate from the top of the wall. I'd just as soon forget it. Do you have any idea what happened to the rest of the guards? None, and I've got no desire to find out if you catch my meaning. The ones that disappeared weren't the deserting type. The worst part is, both times the watch disappeared, the next rotation found the gate unlocked. I don't know whether they went in or whether something got out, but if it's the latter, refugees are going to be the least of our problems. Oh, Durrance leveled up. His lore is still good. Dazing any enemies. Grants interdiction once per encounter. Foe AoE dazed. 9.5 with an interrupt. We'll just go ahead with the bonus 3rd level spell. And Pelagina leveled up. Athletics 10 is probably good for right now. So just the whole opens door for you without moving a muscle is such a fun... I mean, it is a world of magic. He could have used a mage hand of some sort, but that doesn't strike me as something that the Crucible Knights and the Judiciars would really have, but it wouldn't be completely out of place for a fantasy setting. Twice per encounter, 6.9. I mean, it's not that long is the main thing. I'd rather just boost her direct damage. Alright.
Whatever happened here, I'm glad we missed it.
I mean, you say that, but... Oh dear, okay, hold on. Adir, I want you on the left. Pelagina on the right.
What?
Durrance, I need you to move up. We're gonna need some... Oh yeah, we're gonna need some AoE. Get in there. Haravius, go ahead and do that. Durrance, head along the side here.
No use. I need something.
We're working on it. We're working on it. Just go ahead and give me that right off the gate.
Yes?
Aloth, give me a magic missile on that wizard. Durrance, shoot him. Thank you, Durrance. Now go for the ranger. Go. Everybody focus on the ranger. I said, why are you all lining up like that? There we go. And all of that is junk. Durrance does not strike me as the Macarena type. I'ma just say it. Doesn't strike me as the kind of dance he would be he'd be doing. Something twitches and shambles in the darkness between the slats. A rancid draft creeps from the house. Damn. Fucking Defiance Bay had its own localized zombie apocalypse. Jesus Christ. You never know, maybe when he's drunk enough. I don't know, that still doesn't seem like so... I could see Durrance drunk dancing. Macarena doesn't seem like the right...
Finished.
Oh,
Let's
shit.
go.
Dargle. Oh. Ow. What are y'all doing? Attack him. Oh, I'm paralyzed. That's not good. Shit.
That's it!
This
I'm
is unfortunate. There we go. There we go, okay. Alright, she wasn't that strong, but she does do paralyze, so we need to keep an eye out for those Dargles in the future. Oh wow, we can get a lot of experience out of them too. Basic armor and stuff. These vaults have already been pried open. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. More backer shit. I saw that. Somebody's over there. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Form a front line.
Let's go.
Durance, the usual, please. Start us off with some big AoE.
Die!
There we go. Okay, see, we're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good. Ghouls are not that strong. We've got this handled. Oh, yeah, there we go. Of course, we're not getting any experience from this either, but... Any trap?
I'll
Nope.
get it open. Finished.
There we go. Oh, hello. Plus 10 defense against spells. Not bad. Cross-hatched claw marks score this vault. Oh, boy. Oh, fuck. Another one of those Dargouls. Alright. Still, we've got him. Lock him down. Don't let him get any closer. No, stop trying to...
How may I help?
Aloth, go ahead and start shooting him from the rear. Give me an AoE blast on them. You could start shooting them as well. That would be great. He's taking a little bit of damage. That's fine. Aloth, give me another AoE on them. Thank you. Go ahead and... There we go. Force it away from the rest of the group. Adair can keep it under control while we deal with the rest of the ghouls. Alright, everybody gang up on the Darghoul. Take it down. There we go. Nice and simple. Oh, he did manage to paralyze me at the last second. Of course he did. Alright, good. Alright, loot everything. Alright. Unlocking this requires the proper key. The inscription underneath the family crest reads Valtas. Interesting. Valtas. Small plaque at the base reads Freedom above all, Admeth Hadrit. Looks like someone smashed the family crest of this mausoleum with a hammer. The inscription beneath it is illegible. Duelist's hat. Oh, that doesn't have any effect, though. I guess we can go inside. Let's take a look. Oh. We might want to hold off on this. Everybody, can we just dip back outside? Let's finish exploring the area before we come back here. That sounds like progress and or something that we could potentially find other things for. Okay, more backer. The one time I don't check these, they won't be backers. Like, I just know that's how it is.
Slowly now.
Alright, no trap.
Finished.
Oh, regular arquebus. Some items. Not seeing anything over here. Some more backer stuff. Didn't the vision we had say something about a tower that we're looking for? What's that? From here, the mansion appears deserted, but with lots of coin. You know what? We're not going to go inside of anything. I want to get this all taken a look at before we start going after things. Oh boy, that's a bunch of you. Aloth, be a deer. And, right about... They're moving slow, so... Hold on. Right about... Adair, back it up. There we go. Pelagina, go after him. Ravius, you and me on the flanks. There we go. Aloth, just start shooting.
That's it!
Need you to get that raw damage in so we can upgrade your item again. There we go. Good. Good, good, good. Hey, outdoor fireballs are perfectly legitimate, Sin. Thank you very much. Fireballs are always legitimate. You just gotta know when to use them. Wow, another thing of camping supplies. That's 2 in this district alone. The fireball is but a tool, Sint. And sometimes outside is also where you need to use it. Okay, so we've also got a place over here. So that's Valtas Mansion, Acantha's home, the Valtas Mausoleum, whatever this one was, because that one's not marked. What else have we got? Whole bunch of money. I'll take it. Don't know what is up with the music. The background sound keeps cutting out at random sometimes. Oh, right. That's the... Just a bit later than intended. The reason there's so many camping supplies is you usually expected rest frequency. Well, then the game can consider that payback for me wandering into the Skane cultist far before I should have. This is the opposite. We come to an area that I'm over-leveled and I'm just going to beat the living shit out of everything. Also, I didn't read that. Crockware, stale foodstuffs, and once priceless vases now chipped and cracked fill the wagon. Obviously, when these undead started arising, some people tried looting and then probably got caught by the undead and killed. Oh, it's another Dargle. Okay. Yep, he just froze Haravius. That's fine. Keep hitting him. Keep hitting him. Just don't let him... Yeah, there we go. He can only seemingly paralyze one person at a time, so as long as we only encounter 1 or 2 Dargles at most, we should be good.
Slowly now.
Nothing there. Mausoleum has been sealed tight. That's probably good, because otherwise we would be facing more undead. Okay, so that's the upper level of the district handled. How many of these guys we got? Pelagina, why are you... Okay, that's a ghoul. There we go. Let's go ahead and knock the ghoul down. Aloth, just keep shooting. Very nice. No. No. Just keep attacking. Ravius, swing around the flank. There we go. Hey, now Aloth leveled up. There we go. Go ahead and give him another point of lore. Ooh, level 4 spells. Level 4 spells. What else do we want here? Ghostly double of the caster, causing shock damage to enemies hit by it. Could be useful. Dimensional shift. Switches the location of the caster and one ally, leaving a shockwave between them that stuns all caught in the line of fire. Foe AoE confused for 12 seconds. Confused causes them to behave erratically. Every 6 seconds, the target checks randomly do one of the following. Behave normally, attack an ally, walk in a random direction, or do nothing. That could be good. Wall of Flame is a really good spell, especially with choke points. I mean, I believe you. And I'm not really seeing, to be fair, I'm not really seeing much else at level 4 that I'm really interested in. Minor spell reflection could be useful, but the rest are really not. Yeah, we'll go with, I'll take your suggestion, Tim, we'll go with Wall of Flame. And bonus 3rd level spell. Because why would you not want to cast more spells? Somebody pick that, please. And that leads back down here. I really don't know what's going on with the background noise. It keeps cutting out at random on my end, so I don't know if it's happening for you guys as well. Shh. No, nothing here. No? Still... Oh, dear God. They dug up an Engwithan ruin inside the city, didn't they? Oh, for fuck's sake, you've got to be kidding me. It's a common bug. Okay, I won't worry about it too much. It's just bugging me. Oh, dear. That is a skeletal wizard. That is a lot of shit. Okay, Adir, get up in front. Then we want Pelagina. Keep him from getting around us. There we go. Oh, that's a lot of spells coming our way. Fuck. Okay, Durance, move up. Heravius, give me a lightning storm. Aloth, give me a fireball. That should be able to hit all of them. I'd rather hit the wizards as well. There we go. Go ahead and give me an AoE. Sickening, frightened, and confused. I don't think that affects any of them. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Okay. Get down here and help. There we go. Aloth. Now I also want you to AoE. There we go. Hit that wizard. Durance. Go ahead and give me accuracy might bonuses while enemies receive penalties of the same. Yep, throw that on the front line. And there we go. Aloth, focus down the wizard, please. Give me a Minalota's missiles. There we go. Took care of them. Come on. There we go. Attack, please. Perfect. No problems there. Yeah, we took a few injuries, but no real damage. Just reminded people being upset Avowed got its full reveal. The teaser for Avowed is a bit more grimly, obviously a teaser slice that isn't accurate to full release. And graphically, it was very like obviously PoE is a CRPG and therefore not as hyper realistic. But they downgraded the graphics and made more like Fortnite. I'd have to take a look. And also, I wouldn't even necessarily say Fortnite. Fortnite's main issue, graphics-wise, is that its art style is designed very... They took a lot of cues from the very Pixar-ish style of Team Fortress 2, which is not the worst for a live service game, because as Team Fortress 2 itself has proven, that art style is pretty fucking timeless. In much the same way that World of Warcraft style as well is timeless. They kind of have that same kind of blockiness to the character's arms and fingers and stuff like that. I can see why some people might not like that setup for a CRPG, because that art style, in my opinion, doesn't... I don't know, like... I don't think that the larger arms, the more blocky kind of style of character would feel right for a dark RPG. I'd have to see it myself. I haven't seen any of the stuff around Avowed 10 Win, so I'd have to actually look at it myself. But it's not necessarily a downgrade. That's not the way you would phrase it. It could be an improper use of like art design, which I think is a fair, that could be a fair complaint drawn against it. Again, I'd have to see it, because I don't see that art style as being very fitting for an RPG. But again, that's just me. I'd have to see the whole thing before we got it. Yeah, they dug up a goddamn Engwithan ruin, these fucking idiots. Seemed upset that the game had color. I mean, I can understand that to a certain extent. Like, you saw the same problem when Diablo 3 came out, and people were pointing out that Blizzard had intentionally made the trailers darker, which people liked, and then they brightened up the whole of Diablo 3, and everyone was like, wait a second, what happened to my Grimdark? Something that they've since gone back on again in both the expansions for Diablo 3 and now in Diablo 4. Again, Tenwin, I haven't seen any of the stuff around Avowed, so I'd really have to see it before I gave like an honest critique of it. Oh god. The massive stone door of the tower is sealed, and there does not appear to be a way of opening it. Speak the words you learned from the Leaden Key Acolyte. You hear rumbles and clanks from hidden tumblers in the door, and it unlocks. Yeah, this is definitely an Engwithan ruin. Oh, wow, that was fast. We're not going to get anything from the ghouls. The Dargle's going to be annoying.
Aye?
Go ahead and swing. There we go. Durance. Give me a hit from up here.
How may I help?
Aloth, go ahead and duel with the wizard. There we go. Good damage.
Yeah.
There we go. Pour some back. Heravius, go and assist with dealing with that wizard. Pelagina, get around here. Durance, shoot it in the head. I can't believe I didn't think about this, given the fact that Durance is a priest of Magron. Why didn't I equip him with a gun sooner? He's doing great with that shotgun. It didn't look Fortnite-esque. It was just a cheap description. Honestly, tourists that haven't even seen the first 2 games. One of them even tried to lecture me on the lore. There's always people like that, Tenwood. There's always people like that. Is very accurate to the sequel. Beyond the Orlands in the footage look weird. Okay. As I said, I'd have to actually get a chance to check out the Avowed footage. Oh, here we go. Purple page from Valentine's Journal. Day 7. A week of studying. We're still none the wiser about this device. Trindig remains optimistic. I don't know what I'll do without his spirit. Trindig's letter. Dearest mother and father, you'll be pleased to hear that I've learned much since coming to the city. There are many incredible ruins nearby, and Master Greg has allowed me to accompany him on a number of expeditions. I'm writing to you from inside of an ancient Ingwithan tower. There's an entire district built up around it, but the locals have mostly left the tower untouched. Probably for a good reason, given their relationships with the Glanfathans. They've let us up temporary living quarters here so our work can continue uninterrupted, but it's an unsettling place at times. But Master Greg has been a constant comfort. He is quick to remind me that the things we learned from this tower may one day help us find a cure for Widewood's legacy. I'd better get some rest now. Mr. Greg likes to get an early start to the day. Oh, what did you dumbasses do this time? You managed to turn on an Ingwithan structure of some kind. Oh boy, it's an entire force of them. Alright. God damn it, there's a lot of wizards in these fucking things. I'm getting sick and tired of it.
Sit!
Hey! Oh. I've got to figure out it.
Strigus88 is now aboard.
I've got to get a shorter sound effect for that. Welcome, Strigus88. Welcome, welcome.
How may I
Okay,
help?
Aloth, go ahead and just give me another one of those. There we go. There we go. Pelagina, dip past him. Ow, the fucking bouncing missiles. There we go. Oh, we actually maxed out the skeletal wizard progress. Very nice, very nice. Just a bunch of useless shit that we'll be pawning off later. That does get us to 43 followers. We are inching closer to getting affiliate status. Fucking A, that's nice. Patting the scratchy old coverlet thickens the air with dust. No one has used this bed in weeks.
Found something.
Aha. Potion of major regeneration. And a bunch of money. That is there. What else is down here? Okay, skeletal rangers, get through. Let's go, people. Gina, join him up on the front line. Let's go ahead and use the athletic thrust. Aloth, give me AoE damage on them. Give me AoE damage again.
What?
Durance, go ahead and give me the AoE. There we go. That knocks them down.
Let's go.
Perfect. Oh, thank you, Strigus. Welcome, welcome. Gem of video game? It has been a gem of a video game. I am very glad I gave it a second try after my initial impressions of it had been pretty poor. So far, I've been enjoying everything, the world building especially. The combat can be a little bit frustrating sometimes, but the world building, the story, and the lore makes up for that very much so. Yes, Tenwin, you were very insistent, and I'm glad you were. Let me take a sip of water. We've completed our measurements of the machine, thanks to Trindig's youthful agility. Further examination is required to discover its intended use. Potion of power, attack speed and max endurance for 20 seconds. Copper pans, very nice. There's nothing else around here. Essence shimmers and pulsates within the strange device. Mattress is lumpy and smells of old straw. Whoever slept here last made it neatly. Oh, I'm doing that thing again where I'm like, wait a second, should I have dealt with that mausoleum outside before coming in here? Or should I deal with this first and then go to that mausoleum outside? I don't like it when I have these doubts about what I'm doing. Okay, another Revenant over there. Ooh, Golden Dukes. Ah, another one of those fucking Dargles. Immune to charm, confused, disease, dominated, poison, sickened, and unconscious. Yep, of course. Yep, it's coming this way. Adair, get out in front. Pelagina, deal with the Dargle. Thank you for that. Horavius, get over here and support him with that. Aloth, give me an AoE.
Die! What?
Same with you. Give me an AoE. Nice. No. Wait, why am I selecting you? I want you. There we go. Alright, force him down. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. Tearing through these guys, that's exactly what I wanted to see. The scrolls contain a pen and ink diagram of the Adra device running through the tower. Despite copious measurements and carefully drawn details, it gives no indication to the machine's purpose. The Works of the Ingwithans, a comprehensive guide. Probably not a very comprehensive guide, given how nobody's figured out what these things do and they're over 2,000 years old. The pulling, pounding energy in the machine feels even stronger up here. Day 11. Finally got out of the tower to clear our heads. Beasts take the patrons. We'll finish the study on our own terms, our own time. Just as I said as much to Trindig, the sky came to life with stray lightning. I said it's a good omen, but the poor lad is spooked. Only cure for that is a good night's sleep. And a scroll of fireball. Never looked down on a scroll of fireball. Send a link to the original Avowed gameplay trailer from the Summer Game Fest last year, just so you can see it. Thanks for that, Tenwin. I'll check it out after stream. Oh, is it just... Wow, is it? It's literally just 2 zombies. Okay, yeah, we've got this. There we go.
Yeah.
Nothing? Nothing. No, oh, there's a Dargle. Come on. We know you want to come near us. Gang up on the Dargle. Kick its ass.
I'll chew the gristle off your skull!
There we go. Yeah, Durance does a solid amount of damage with that shotgun.
Sure.
I am very glad I gave it to him. Day 10. The patrons grow impatient with the lack of quantifiable results. They should drag themselves out of their mansions and spend a few nights here if they think it's so easy. Ooh. Major Spellbind, Arcane Dampener once per rest, beneficial effects suspended for 15 seconds in the area of effect, and gives +1 to intellect. Third's going full left for deft on these revenants. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Let me see here. No, he's already got the Drinking Horde of Moderation. Radius does not have any bonuses to intellect. Let me see here. No, not Overseeing. Where is it? Major Spellbind. We'll give him that one. There we go. Yeah, so that gives him a Major Spellbind and Arcane Dampener, which will help him out as a support unit and gives him an additional point of intelligence. You give the defensive read to Pelagina? Oh, you're right. Oh god, yeah. Oh god. I completely forgot she doesn't have fucking anything. There we go. The reason I keep forgetting is because 90% of the items we get are all neck items. Which still bugs me extremely.
Yeah.
Okay, that's everything down here. That's stairway and... Aha. Gem. Oh, hello. This is fancy.
Let's try this configuration. Still nothing. Confounded device.
This is the same shit we saw at the beginning. This is the same shit we saw at the beginning. Okay. It's even set up similarly. What the fuck did you do? A man hunches over a strange mechanism. His spine a sharp ridge rising from his arched back. He's barely clothed in filthy rags, and patches of skin you see are mottled green. A spoiled stench emanates from him. He's so intent on his work that he doesn't even notice until your shadow falls on him. When he turns and sees you, he snarls and scuttles behind the Adra pedestal. Only his bared teeth seem to have escaped decay. His eyes are yellowed, bloodshot, but they are flickering with intelligence. He averts his gaze and holds a hand in front of his face.
Be here. What do you want? That's
Tell me
I'm
what
trying
happened
to
here.
figure out.
He hisses and smashes his fist into the Adra pillar. His hand makes a crunching noise, but he doesn't bleed.
Forgive me. Forgive me.
He covers his face with his other hand.
Research. We came to do research on the tower. Some commission from gods. It hardly matters now.
Interesting. Were they commissioned by the cult, or were they commissioned by someone else and the cult purposely fucked with them in order to cause this to happen? Alos's lips twist in disgust. If I had a cup of skite for every fool animancer whose thirst for knowledge led to disaster, I never would have ended up in Gilded Vale, that's for sure. Whatever happened, give me the facts. We need to figure out what is going on.
Something happened on our 11th night. Lights in the sky and a static charge in the air. But we were so careful. We were staying in the chambers below. Trindig, my assistant, said he saw a robed figure lurking around the tower. Wore a mask. Carried knives at his sides. A trick of shadows, I told him. The next morning, we felt strange. Like we hadn't eaten in weeks. So dazed that we didn't at first notice the blood around our beds. The strange wounds that had appeared overnight.
Oh god, did they kill them and then immediately bind their souls back into their bodies in order to turn them into monsters?
And the machine. This cursed spire. Dormant for 2,000 years. Lifeless through hundreds of our experiments. And we wake that morning to find it spinning on its own. On its own! How can we stop what we couldn't start? Years I've been doing this. Years. I know how these things work, but I don't know how this happened. Nowhere to go. That's the problem. Their souls are trapped here like flies in a jar, clinging to rotting meat.
So the object is producing a local effect that automatically causes souls to re-enter their bodies as soon as somebody dies. Which also means that all the undead we just killed will just stand back up probably within a few hours because the souls still have nowhere to go even after we release them. Maybe not in game mechanics terms, but in terms of lore of the world, which might also explain why the Judiciaries keep getting caught out here when they try to patrol the area and try to figure out what happened. They kill a bunch of undead, work their way deeper into the district, and then when they try to get out, they realize everything behind them's already stood back up again. Slow down. What does the machine have to do with souls?
No time to slow down. But I can explain. Hold a magnet over iron splinters and they stick, yes? Rub your hand over weir wool and the hair of your head will follow it. So it is with this machine.
Okay, so it's conducting some kind of electricity of some kind, magnetism or a sympathetic effect on souls. Which, given that it's constructed out of Adra, makes sense, since Adra seems to function as that for souls. He looks at you and runs his tongue along the edge of his fine, strong teeth. He quickly looks away.
It has the power to manipulate souls, but why? For what? And how many others lie buried in the ruins of Erglanfath? No. Focus on this one. It's imprisoned our souls in our bodies. Cut the root between essence and flesh. Left a dwindling soul stuck in a shriveling husk.
Okay, so how can I help?
Not your help I need. It's Harridan, shrew. Squanders her research on frivolities, then refuses to make herself useful. Runes. The runes are the last part of the puzzle. Ekantha knows them. She gives them to you, and you can turn the machine off. Release our souls.
She wasn't here the night the machine turned on, staying with her patron somewhere near, too good to be burdened with our ignorant company. You said there was a stranger in the tower the night this happened, cowled and wearing a mask.
I didn't see him. My assistant, he saw him. We laughed. Said he was spooked by the cemetery. Perhaps it was already too late. I don't know what he did. But by morning the machine was on and we were slain. People were already on the streets, complaining of neighbors and family members acting strangely.
And you're not like the ghouls in the street. Have you managed to retain your mind?
Not yet. But I will be. My body is dead. My soul, imprisoned in this corpse, only makes it seem otherwise. And as the body decays, so does the mind. Until nothing is left but the hunger. The only way to forestall the process is through a regular infusion of essence. Living flesh is the only ready supply.
Yeah, it's an instant theorem of Pangram from what we read, Tenwin. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it isn't so much that their souls were captured so much as the machine is suppressing the, what is it called, the Barith's wheel. The leaving of the soul from the body and returning to whatever the afterlife is and then being reborn. This machine completely shuts down that in a localized area. The soul just doesn't leave the body when it dies. It just stays in the body. And of course, then the process, as detailed in the theorem, begins as they begin to crave human flesh, or kith flesh in this case, I suppose, and eventually start to rot and decay.
I'm not proud of any of it. Hunting men and women in the early days of the affliction. Picking off soldiers that came to investigate. But I'd do it again. I'll do it as long as I must to end this disaster.
Obvious growls, his hands balling into fists. To think my clan has the temerity to accuse me of being a soul-rending beast when actual monsters walk the face of Weretha.
You could help. Help me end this.
We're working
Help
on
me
that.
Find sustenance.
No, we're not doing that. What we're doing is finding the fucking shit to get this fixed, and then I'm going to help you die a quick and painless death. What happened to the rest of your team?
By the time I realized what had happened, the district had already been sealed. So we fed when we needed, and locked ourselves in the tower to work. And then there came a time when the hunger struck, and there was hardly anyone left.
See if I can get the words from Ikantha.
Yes, Ikantha. She was here, in the district. Probably here still, always prepared. Clever lady, that one. And perhaps you'll bring me something. Something to keep me sharp. Then I show you a secret about the machine. Something to make you strong.
Well, the funny thing is as well, Tenwin, based on your description, I just realized this. Technically, it can kind of spread through a bite. If a ghoul or a group of these kills somebody in the process of eating them for flesh in an area where these machines are active, that person also is not going to fully die. He's going to get up a few minutes later and also start having a craving for human flesh. So as long as these machines are on, it is actually a localized zombie apocalypse. This is an animancer in his natural state, Watcher. Never has he respected the sanctity of the god's creation, and only now he can no longer has the cunning to hide it. He should be put down like a sick animal, though not without first putting his spirit to the flames test. That's exactly what we're doing, Durance. We're going to use him to turn this thing off. Then I'm going to give him the option of a quick and painless death, which is far more than what he currently right now deserves. Proceed to the bottom. No, yeah, it is. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. It's just an even more horrifying concept. Like, you still, like, that person who just got devoured would still retain some of their mind for at least a little bit until the hunger took them as well. Like, that's actually kind of horrifying. A zombie apocalypse in which you actually feel yourself become the zombie and then are still conscious as yourself for a little while until you fully degrade. Like, that is a horrifying concept. Okay, so we've cleared out the streets. How intense the effect is? I'm assuming you're referring to how intense the hunger is? Or are you referring to how intense the, how large the area of effect from the tower is? Well, I guess we'll go into Ikantha's house and just deal with that first. Oh, yeah, she's still alive. Or active and not insane. Like your head is off. Well, the implication from the way he was saying it is that the rot of the body is what causes the degradation. Specifically the rot of the mind, because the brain itself is also still disintegrating. So this would be my worst case scenario guess. But that if a person was in this field of influence and was eaten alive and their head was left completely intact, they would revive as a fully intact head, and for at least a little while would be fully conscious and unable to die in that state. And as the brain rotted, they would once more begin to, go crazy. And then very quickly after that, because they have no means of actually ingesting anything, fully begin to decay into nothing. These potatoes are covered with wet, rank-smelling bruises. The stale loaves are hard as... Oh, she's already fallen, hasn't she? The woman bends over a roaring fireplace, feeding a splintered chair leg into it. As you get closer, you notice something unnatural about her. A certain pallor to her skin, a lack of movement beneath her flesh, even as her arms execute deft, efficient movements. And then you see the puckered flesh, ragged and bloodless over her heart. Aloth casts a weary eye at the vampire. I sincerely hope you're not planning on asking her to join us.
It's rude to stare, you know. Don't worry. I've no mind to start anything with you. After all, I've stayed in such good shape by choosing my meals carefully.
I need the words that operate the Ingwithan machine in the tower.
That fool Aldhelm. He sent you, didn't he? I can hardly believe he's had the cleverness to survive. That simpleton thinks he can understand how to use something without understanding what it is, or why it is.
Yeah, you don't... I'm assuming the only exception with the vampire is that they are essentially first stage theorem of Pangrim patients, meaning all they need is basic flesh and flesh and blood, and they can stay perfectly conscious and perfectly sane. And that they have done it long enough that they have achieved a measure of stability. Essentially, they're not degrading actively. They just need to have a slow but constant influx of that flesh and blood at some point in their consumption in order to prevent their decay. You feel a hot core of pride smoldering at the center of her soul.
He dabbles with ancient and powerful devices, with all the finesse of a blacksmith. He sends you here to petition me for aid after years of disparaging my research. I'll bet he didn't even tell you the tower's name, did he? That's his problem. Always looking for solutions without caring for meaning.
But the pit, that also depends on the method of how they became undead. Yeah, I can feel that, because from the sound of it, it mentioned she had a hole over where her heart should be, so I'm imagining that while becoming a ghoul involves the actual consumption of the flesh through the mouth, hers has something to do with the removal of the heart or the damaging of the heart first, and that being the introduction of the infection's not the right word, but the magical vector, essentially, of her resurrection. It's this universe's take on a vampire, Kato, within the realms of how they do their, oh, what are they? I can't remember what the title that they use for undead, because they don't use the word undead. Vessels, that's it. Vessels. Things that carry souls that should not be anymore. That they should not be holding souls anymore, and yet they still are. Fine, then humble Aldhelm now by demonstrating the value of your research. My silence demonstrates it more succinctly. Your words fan the strange coals at the center of her soul. The problems in Heritage Hill are bigger than your rivalry, Ikantha. And what do I care? I prepared myself for an eventuality such as this, and I can assure you those dwindling souls in the streets are beyond caring as well. Isn't specifically what's needed, it's the essence, the soul energy. You can use Adra pillars, for example, as a food source. Flesh is not itself a required source. Yes, but given the madness that seems to take people in the first few moments when they awaken to being a ghoul or a vampire, the most likely outcome is that they start by eating flesh or blood. Also, Adra is not so easily broken that I could see human teeth being used to tear it off. I imagine it would probably tear through a human teeth and jaw very quickly if you tried doing that, which would limit the ghoul's ability to feed off of that as well. Plus, if I remember correctly, Adra does not natively have soul energy in it. It's just that Adra can trap soul energy. So specifically, you would need someone to channel soul energy into the Adra and then feed the Adra to. You don't necessarily need... oh, that's true. That's true. Still, you don't know. You never know with something like this. Fine, tell me the power's name.
Ternuneth. It's called Ternuneth. They built the machine atop it to contain souls, hold them in place. But the others I've seen, machines scattered all over the Dyrwood, are relays, built to move souls.
And I'll bet you anything that what we witnessed in the tutorial was them activating one of them, which means they're slowly building a network of these things to move souls around. Luminous Adra in the sequel, which is a special kind that's heavily infused with soul energy. Oh, okay, yeah. See, we haven't seen that yet, so I don't know what that... I didn't know that that was a thing. So let's not stray too far into spoiler territory, 10-1. But yes, small animals would also work. That's a classic thing as well as some vampire myths, is they'll start by feeding on animals. Where would they move the souls?
Another mystery. Hypothetically, anywhere they wished. The real question, as always, is why? To intermix them the way a player shuffles his deck, the way a farmer rotates his fields? To collect them, like butterflies under glass? To melt them down for raw essence? Unfortunately, I don't know.
That last one seems the most likely if these cultists actually are working on bringing a god back into her power. But I'm still not convinced that they're actually a cult of Wodoka. I think whatever that guy is, he's using them to do something else. He's using the cult of Wodoka as a shroud to obscure his own objectives. You do seem to know a lot about this Tir Noenth.
I read the runes like a journal. I understand their meaning. People like Aldhelm try to read them like instructions, and in so doing, they miss their true meaning completely.
Why do you think the Engwithans would have wanted to tether souls like this? And why would they build a relay across all of these lands?
Perhaps they didn't. Perhaps that's why they built no other machines like this one. We now see the Engwithans as masters of soul manipulation, but they couldn't have attained their expertise without copious trial and error. Perhaps this was one such experiment.
Fine. How do you operate the machine atop the tower?
Back to these Tinker's concerns. And what would you do with these tethered souls if I told you?
I'd release them.
So you say. And just what would you release them to? They'd abandon their existence here for another somewhere else, equally aimless and meaningless.
What could possibly be more meaningless in existence than their current predicament? Maybe not even Whale knows what would become of them, but I'd be wrong not to give the souls a chance to leave this prison. I could help you, but I won't. The pride lodged in her soul flares up again, twisting into the shape of something that writhes and squeals inside of her. I have specimens aplenty, time enough to observe them all. This is every scientist's dream. My answer is no. No. Because this is exactly what I told the grieving mother that I wouldn't do. I don't know if it's specifically because she is an undead, and that is what is allowing me to do this, whereas my Watcher abilities usually don't have this capability, or if it's something else, but this is literally exactly what I told the grieving mother that I would not do. The fate of those trapped souls is more important. They're inconsequential. Their existence means nothing. They don't even understand their predicament, which you and I see so clearly. Her pride blazes on. Through them, I'll accomplish more than any of my peers. You can't just leave these souls imprisoned. And who will stop me? Only I understand the words for Tir Noenth. So yes, I can. And who will know about it? The pride thing flickers as the flames around it abate. All I've learned, years of studying the Engwithan language, no one understands it better than me. That counts for something. Knowledge is meaningless unless it's shared. The foolish and false sentiment. Knowledge is nothing. And knowledge is meaning. It needs no external purpose. But what use is it? Use is why must something so pure be fashioned into a blunt instrument? Your opportunities here are finite. One day the knowledge will die with you. The pride hisses and sputters for a moment. It's a little more than an ember now. You're wrong. There's no conviction in her voice. I'll build it forever. I'll cling to it. That will give me something. Teach me what you know. In the passing from master to student, knowledge grows and legacy lives on. Her pride finally begins to quench, and all that remains is a blackened, diamond-hard rock. You cast it away where it melts
So
into
be it.
darkness.
My studies and efforts shall grow through yours. These are the words you need.
Her cold, dry fingertips rest on your temples, and you feel her reaching into your mind, forming images from the darkness. Runes flash through your head. They're no longer just pictures. They have meaning, and you understand them. They are commands. Something triggers in your mind, a distant memory unearthed from a past life long since buried. You can see the vast array of runes, far more than Ikantha can show you, and you know their sound, their meaning, how they fit together. The language of Engwith, once more at your command.
Something has awakened in your mind. You understand far more than I ever did. Take this knowledge then, and do what you will with Ter Nunith. Now that you understand its purpose, it will serve you in whatever way you wish.
What do I do with the tower now that I know these words?
Turn it off, I expect. That will be easy now that you can read the runes. The vessels would still roam, but striking them down would return their essence to the cycle. But be careful. That machine controls hundreds of souls, and that volume of essence could easily overload it. Improperly channeling the essence would destroy the machine along with the souls. It would be a terrible loss for posterity.
We should destroy the machine. It does not matter whether the souls inside belong to the wheel or to oblivion. Their lives are over and the dead is dead.
You said the other towers around the Deerwood were constructed to move souls. Why exactly would the Engwithans wish to do so?
Another mystery. Hypothetically, anywhere they wish.
The real question is always, is why? Yeah, we've seen this one. Why would they want to build a machine like that? Yeah, we've seen that. What do you know about the towers? Read their meaning. Yep. Explain how the controls work. Yeah, we've already seen that. We'll figure out what to do with her once we turn the machine off, and then I'll decide whether to come back here and deal with her or not. Deerwood Part 5, Proliferation of Animancy, we've seen that.
Finished.
Some more money.
I'll get it open. Finished.
Quiet.
Oh. You're not one of Inkatha's service. Please, you've got to get us out of here before she feeds on us. What happened to you? We're just the groundkeepers. When the district fell into chaos, Inkatha took us in, said we'd be safe until the Knights got things under control. But then she locked us in here. Every week, one of those monsters who serves her comes in and takes one of us away. I don't know what she's doing, but we can hear the screams. Please get us out of here. The way to the district exit should be safe. Go, now. Alright, that answered the question then. We're dealing with her right now. Restore light endurance, perception +1. Oh. It's actually... And it's a glove. It's not a goddamn amulet or a frickin' back piece. Goddamn, finally. Nope, I like my dexterity +2. Deflection +9 is good for him. What is it? A perception plus? Perception governs interrupt, accuracy, and reflex. I'm actually thinking Aloth might be the best choice for that then. 17, 13, 14, 13. Maybe Pelagina then, actually. Yeah, we'll do Pelagina. Give her even more ability to disrupt people when she hits them. I think that's a good one. Okay. Something or someone snapped this candelabra in two. Alright, yeah, no, you just lost it. I thought you were just, like, hunting in the district, which would have been bad enough, but at least I could somewhat understand it from the perspective of, you know, oh, we're trying to survive here. But no, you lured those people in and then purposely started feeding on them one at a time. Yeah, no.
Will do.
Let's go ahead and start this off strong. Give me a soul ignition. I mean, yeah, but I'm still gonna kill you. Oh, no. Why is it... The game is being weird.
Aye?
What exactly?
This is...
What exactly? What exactly did you hope to...
Game? What are you... So wait, can I just do that again? I'm very confused. Is this gonna kill her?
What exact? What exact? What exactly?
Okay, we'll try it one more time, because it says near death. I am very confused as to what's going on here.
What exactly?
Did that...
What exactly?
Does it not work?
What exactly did you hope?
Oh. Well, she's dead. Oh no, she's... Okay, okay, we'll come back later. This is weird. I guess that is one way of doing it, but we'll definitely be coming back here and dealing with her. Like, that's definitely what's going to happen. I guess we'll check out the rest of this place first, then, because I don't want to ruin anything else before we head back to the tower and turn it off. So, let's figure out what's in this mansion. Aside from probably more people... Oh! Oh dear.
Seda, let us in. It's safe. Come out now. Open the door, Seda.
The female doggle sniffs the air, whirling around and hissing, Survivor! Yep. Oh, okay, it's gonna be a whole group of them, isn't it? Go this way, go this way. Haravius, head this way. Aloth, head in. Thank you for getting that big shot off. Thank you, thank you. There we go. Keep the ghouls at the back. We'll swing around this side. Haravius, head back up this way. Go ahead and give me that Holy Radiance AoE. Go ahead and give me the AoE damage there. Give me the other one. Go ahead and give me a strike against them. Good strike, good strike. I'm going to go ahead and give a sympathetic lash. Pound that guy out of the way. Strike him on the flank. Okay, we're taking a lot of damage here. I don't like that. There we go. Okay. Plenty of money. Not going to say no to that.
Shh. I've got it.
So there should be a survivor in here from the sound of it then. Or she died. Valtas Groundkeeper letter. Please see to it that the family mausoleum is swept in the marble polish. The key is hanging as always in the kitchen by the oven. Oh, okay. We saved a cat! This is amazing. We now have 8 pets. My inventory is slowly filling up with nothing but pets. This is good. Wane light shines from behind the map. There's a ragged hole to the outside as if someone dug through. Oh, so she escaped. Sweet. Alright, well hopefully we can save somebody else. Valtas Manor key. Displays the symbol of House Valtas, a cross sword and spear.
Finished.
And some more money. Okay. Nothing else in this room. Oh, hi! If you would be so kind as to just block the door, Adir, that would be great. And we're we're just going to cast some AoEs. Go ahead and switch to your ranged weapon if you would please, everybody.
I'm ready.
How may I help?
Give me a bouncing missiles, if you would please. There we go. Going to... none of those are really going to help me.
What?
Durance, go ahead and move forward if you would please. Pelagina, move to the side, keep shooting. There we go. Now go ahead and do the AoE. That's fine. Ader's paralyzed, but as long as he blocks the doorway, we're good. And everybody attack the remaining one. There we go.
That's it.
Almost there. Come on. Switch back to your other weapons, please. There we go. Whole bunch of vessel flesh. Hopefully we can find a use for that. Ingress, displace imaged. Light of the Dawn. Oh, Lord Valtus's will. Last will and testament has been carefully drawn up in a stained piece of sackcloth. It lists Lord Valtus's various titles and holdings, ending with the following. Should no member of my family survive, it is my wish that my wealth and property be dispensed to the Crucible Knights, that my wife and children and me be buried with my forebears in the Valtus family tomb, the right hand of Duke Hadrit. Signed, Valerio Valtus, 5th Lord of House Valtus. Oh, which, let me guess, that means we're going to be given the option to do something really evil, like kill the only remaining surviving member of the family just to hand their property over to the Crucible Knights. Which, you know, sounds like a horrible fucking thing to do in pretty much every circumstance that I can imagine. What else is here? There we go. Seems to be a hook mentioned in the letter, but the mausoleum key is missing. Okay. And it looks like the upper levels have been blocked off. Yep, broken chairs have already been splintered there. This has become best house due to cat. Indeed. We rescued the cat. The true best survivor of this area. We rescued a cat. That means we can double back here to the Valtus tomb. Hey, there she is. The little girl cowers in the back of the tomb. Her face is streaked with dirt, and even in the shadows you can see she is far too thin. She watches you, holding her breath. It's all right. Safe. She inches into the candlelight. Her clothes are little more than filthy rags now, but ripped and stained fabric looks like it was once embroidered silk. You have to be quiet. The noise brings the hungry people. She's too afraid of hungry people. Maybe I should She's afraid of hungry people. Maybe I should step outside. Ader? I like your humor most times. This is not one of them. My name's Seda. Are you hiding from them too? She watches the door of the vault, her eyes wide and careful. You're Seda. I came across some Dargulls in the home of the Valtus. You saw Mother and Father? And Emilio? How did you get away? Let's not worry about that right now. Let's focus on getting you out of here. The hungry people, you mean the ghouls? The ones outside. They don't sleep or eat. Or sleep or die, but they eat. She whispers, her eyes round with terror. What do you remember of happening? Her eyes take on a distant look and her legs start to tremble. It's okay. Be strong. Think back to how things started. She takes a deep breath and stares at the stone floor. There was a big noise and a light in the sky. They thought it was a storm, but then people started waking up. After they died, I mean, She twists her shredded sleeve into knots. Mother, Father, and Emilio boarded up the house, but the hungry people found that... Her fidgeting becomes more agitated. They fought, but the hungry people always got up again. They broke through the door, and Mother told me to hide. And then I came here to hide, but the door got stuck, and I didn't know when it would be safe outside. Your family's all gone then? They were at the house. She told me to hide and not let anyone in. Then there was a lot of noise and fighting and yelling. And then she told me to open the door again, but it didn't sound right. We'll get you out of here. Is it safe? Are the hungry people still out there? It is dangerous, but we've cleared out them all for now. Before they stand up again, go to the main gate. The guards will take care of you. those. Bolts are sealed shut and sticky with cobwebs. Nestled among the candles are the odds and ends of a patchwork family memorial. Valian Lucesses, a cameo etching of a woman in finery, and a turquoise necklace. Well, I deserve that. Jeez, fucking, that's what I get for not checking for traps. Fucking hell. Iridescent Scarab. Once per rest summons an Adra beetle. Okay. That will go on Adir as more of our emergency frontline distraction crew.
Huh?
Yeah, I deserve that. Holy fuck, did I deserve that? I didn't even think about checking for a trap. Oh, we have an update. That's still getting looked at. 15% experience of Vera's diving helmet. A Rautai merchant ship was sunk by Adiran pirates off the eastern coast of Red Saris. Before the ship collapsed into the waves, the pirates made off with a variety of precious treasures, many of which were experimental animancy implements or nautical devices intended for Defiance Bay and Spirento. The concerned would-be recipients of the cargo are discreetly inquiring about potential help. Their hope is to recover the shipments before the pirates learn of the value. Well, this sounds like the perfect opportunity, given it's a Rautai merchant ship. Kana, you go ahead and take care of that, if you would, please. Are we done building stuff here? 15 hours, okay. Well, now we get to rest because I was an idiot and didn't check for traps. In a tomb, which is really dumb of me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sneak up on you. I just... Well, you seemed preoccupied.
You've just begun to stretch and soothe the aches from your body when you feel Aloth over your shoulder. He looks away quietly when you notice him kneading his hands into squirming fists. Really? Because you seem preoccupied, Aloth.
Bad old watches, a Coltonaut trail. What's not to worry about?
He laughs uneasily.
I suppose I've just noticed you acting a little, unusual lately. Talking to people who aren't there, remembering flashbacks of your previous life. I just want to make sure you're doing all right.
Talking to people who aren't there. Chad, I think he's talking about you. Tenwin, Kato, I think he's talking about you guys. Really? You think these symptoms sound familiar, Aloth?
You know me too well. But it does seem that our afflictions differ. Isilmir asserts herself now and then, but that's nothing new. You, on the other hand, you seem to be getting worse.
I mean, yeah.
I should let you rest. It looks like we'll have another full day tomorrow.
That's an understatement. Knowing my luck, all the undead just stood up because I took a rest in this district. That would be my frickin' luck in this whole thing. Alright, well, I guess we'll deal with this over here, because I don't want to risk... I don't want to risk losing out on this. Oh boy, they are enthralled. Don't know who Lyra is. Oh, there we go. Unless that's... A woman turns when you enter. Her wide, pale eyes shine like lamps in the darkness of the tomb. 4 crucible knights hover nearby, their glazed expressions fixed upon her. Reinforcements at last. I hope you've come armed because we've got to get out of here. Something about her seems hazy and insubstantial, even in the darkness of the tomb. Who are you? I am a commander of the knights. I lead the militia stationed in Heritage Hill. Securing this district became my responsibility when... whatever this was happened. What are you doing in here? We came to search for survivors. Only too late did I realize there weren't any. I mean, technically that's not true. She brings a hand to her head. Her skin is practically translucent. I found myself surrounded by those creatures outside. We had to seek refuge. Funny, isn't it, to hide from the dead in a building that was meant to hold them in the first place. She pats her translucent hand against the wall of the tomb. We've been awaiting reinforcements. And what are these soldiers doing here? She looks at them, but either she doesn't notice their distant gazes and the way they sway on their feet, or she thinks nothing of it. These are the men under my command, of course. They heard my call, and we've been waiting on a few more of us to help fight our way out of here. How did they manage to hear you from within this tomb? Her eyes flash. There's something unnatural about the way she hovers, watching you. You'd best not question my command. I'm warning you, I won't tolerate insubordination. I mean, it could be a Spectre trying to fool, or it could be an actual lost soul that doesn't know that it's dead, so let's try to be diplomatic here. I think there's something wrong with them.
That's what I've been trying to tell you. We've been stuck in here with no rations for I don't know how long. She closes her eyes and shakes her head. We need to leave while we're still on our feet. Well, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you're already dead. Explain yourself. Her eyes grow cold and hard. You're a ghost, and it looks like you've been luring your fellow Crucible Knights to their deaths. No, that's impossible. It's only been... I can't be... She freezes in place, hovering in the air, the other side of the tomb visible through gaping mouth. She looks at her hands, seemingly for the first time, turning them in front of her. Her eyes and mouth widen in horror, and she turns to you. What have you done to me? Her expression hardens, and the Crucible Knights behind her stir. Novitiates, attack! Oh shit. I wonder if there's a way to do this and not kill the Justiciars. Oh, there's no way to avoid a fight here? Okay, understandable. Okay, Edir.
I'm ready.
Pelagina, I need you to run distraction for me.
Need something?
What single target spells do we have?
Yes.
Okay, Durance, I know exactly what we need to start with. Concussive missiles on her.
What?
Durance, give me... I want you to drop the Pillar of God on top of her. And I'm going to run Soul Ignition. Aravius, do you have any single target spells that I can use? Cone of Area. Someone's an upper J dealing pierce damage to target, knocking them prone. That's a bit big. We don't want that. Conjure Blight. Hailstorm. Overwhelming Wave. Form of the Demogorgon. Nope, that's also an AoE. Nature's Balm. Purge of Toxins. Stag's Horn. There we go. Oh, they're coming fast. Okay. Pelagina, go ahead and hit that. Durance, give us an AoE. Oh, it's an AoE paralyze. That's not good. That's not good at all. Shitballs. Fuck me. Soul Shock on you. Ow.
I'm ready.
Ow. Please kill. Edir, what are you doing? Can we please kill her? Please kill her. Why is she gaining life back? Give me a Moonwell. And I'm down. Give me another casting spell, please. Oh my god, why is she not dying? And it didn't matter. I did all of that and it didn't matter. God damn it. I should have known.
I'm ready.
And of course, these guys are way tougher than I thought they were. Aloth, give me a... Bounding missiles? No, just... Better than nothing. That's true. Where am I, though? I can't even see my body.
I'm ready.
Yes.
Ravius, just go ahead and transform, please. There we go.
Yes.
Oh, you can. Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Need something?
There we go. Okay. Well, that was a lot better. I was really hoping to save these guys. I really thought if we killed the ghost that it would cause them to get knocked out of their issues, but...
And what does the flame reveal?
Severe burn, 2 dexterity, 8 damage reduction on burn. Ah, we should... That shouldn't be a problem. And it's all just basic equipment. See, why did it put it in the fucking... I did not tell Durance to pick all of this up. I told it to send it to the frickin'... Whatever.
Margren's fire casts
Okay, can we disable this? Yes, we can. Some more of those, some more of those.
I shall be discreet.
Okay. Alright, we're good. As I say, I was really hoping if we killed the ghost first that would make it so that they were able to escape. But I guess not. I don't think there was anything else to enter. We did the Valtis Mausoleum, Valtis Manor. I think it's home. Alright, head back to the tower then. Everybody's running to the tower. It takes too fucking long. I now remember why one of the few mods that I loaded when I did play Pathfinder Kingmaker was a thing that made it so that out of combat your party moved like 3 times faster, just so getting across these really big maps would be easier. I could definitely see something like that being useful for this game as well. Because as cool as it is to explore and all, backtracking is always a pain in the ass. Alright, give me a quick save. Aldhelm looks much worse than before. Rotten flesh hangs loosely, sores eating away patches of skin at the joints. He looks at you with a strange glimmer. He takes a tentative, scuttling step towards you. He doubles over, coughing strings of black bile, and seems to have forgotten you for a moment. Well, shit. Undying Heritage. Wait, where's the... There it is. He looked ready to pounce on me when I tried to talk to him. If I want his help, I'll need to send a victim. Well, do we need his help? Oh. Shit. Well, deal with him. Yeah, I didn't think so. Akintha insists on pursuing her own research in the tower despite my argument that pooling our knowledge is in our both interests. With her expertise in the Ingwithan language, I'm convinced that she knows more about the tower's workings than she lets on. Well, I gave you as quick a death as I could, buddy. Oh dear. Jagged Adra pillars rise in front of you, encased in stonework and run through with copper veins. The panel is covered with runes, which you can now understand. You recognize the words for end and hold. The dial is currently fixed on hold. You also recognize by an inscription that the manner in which you turn the dial is a means of throttling the device. I was already considered blowing it up 10 wins simply because it seems like the cult wants it to survive, so I'm already of the opinion that no, it shouldn't. And if this is a one-of-a-kind device, it might be central to whatever plan that they have, and blowing it up could set them back massively. Maximize the machine's throttle. Overload the device. Muttering a command, you give the dial a violent twist. The moving spire fins faster and faster, wobbling from their axes. The light filling the machine quickly becomes too bright to behold. You look away and cover your ears, but the thunderous crash that follows shakes the floor. When you look back, the machine is in ruins, never to be used again. The animation is a little underwhelming, but we'll take what we can get. The description was good enough. Now let's go deal with our resident vampire. And I wonder if that... Let me see here. Defiance Bay Hero. Yes, moderately good. Now let's go deal with the vampire. Come on. The fast mode feels fine until you have to just cross these entire maps sometimes in order to do something. And she's gone. Son of a bitch. I should have known. I should have known. We'll probably run into her later then. Whether she'll be sane or anything is a completely different question. There we go. Needed a drink of water there. There's the nice man who helped me. And thank the Iron Arm for it. We'll get you sorted out at the keep. The tower's off. Is the curse on Heritage Hill lifted? I think if you just end the machine, you can actually absorb some of the souls to gain a stat boost. But of course, this is a cruel act. Yeah, no shit. I can't imagine why it wouldn't be. It wasn't a curse. But yes, the district is safe again. I think it'll be some time before anyone's willing to settle in this place again. But at least we can get started. Is there anything else? Nope. Alright, let's go. What is... Oh no, that doesn't lead anything. Okay, let's head back to... No wait, not there. First Fires, and we can report to the Crucible Knights and let them know how things went. Get back down here. Sometimes I forget to zoom out. I get so used to being like at the halfway mark, and then I forget I can actually zoom out to see more. No? Oh, right. I have to actually walk all the way up here in order to click on the door. I'm also assuming that you can send those survivors to the guy and he will also figure out something to give you... do you actually have anything for me? No, you're just the asshole. She was in the training room, I believe. Yes, there she is. Your guards were charmed by the spirit of a woman named Layra. I've gotten rid of her. Her tired eyes grow round. By the flame, you found her? That was one of our missing commanders. She heaves a sigh and loses her gaze amongst the floor tiles. She was calling to the watch from beyond the grave. It doesn't make sense, but nothing in that accursed district does. What happened to the knights under her control? I'm afraid they didn't make it. I tried to remove Lyra first, but even after dispelling her spirit, they were still under her control. I see. Nevertheless, thank you. You've left me with as many questions as answers, but at least I know what happened to my troops and to Commander Layra. Please, take this as a token of our gratitude. If there's nothing else, I must attend to my duties. Is there nothing I can do for the little girl? Is her quest considered over? Endurance, Taster, Endless Paths, Beneath Caed Nua, Travel to the Cliffs, Cragholt, Deerford, Grieving Mother, Cave, Pelagina, Druid, Caed Nua, and Enslug's Compass. Okay. And yes, we want to inform Lady Webb about what was going on in... the Heritage Hill situation. That is our next stop, and after that, we can return to Caed Nua and do the Anslug's Compass side quest as well. Yeah, because we can do the Caed Nua, then we can run on to Anslug's Compass. Maybe they've gotten the bridge fixed? No, 2 days, then yeah, that means it's, 30 minutes, 22 hours. Huh. Weird that it's quicker to get to Anslug's Compass than it is to get to the bridge. But whatever. Alright. Bradenbury. Yes, we talked to Ned and we don't need to talk to her. This... I almost forgot. You guys want another piece of me, don't you? Oh, okay. You're actually bringing a full crew this time. Okay. I'm actually going to have to pay attention. I mean... No. We'll start with bounding missiles. Go with bounding missiles to start.
What?
Then you eventually have to go to the pools in Dryford. Also, you forgot to talk to Orlin... To the Orlin in the Dunrow house? Did I? I thought I did. Back them. Hit them with magic missiles. Adir move in there. Catch him. Get them on the flank. No, don't disengage. Go ahead and attack here. Haravius is being controlled. Yep, he's confused. The assassin's taking damage. He's taking damage. Swing around the side, take him out. Endurance, go ahead and give me a heal. Adir, go ahead and knock this person down. Thank you. Then we're going to cast that. Good shot. Keep attacking the assassin. Haravius, go ahead and transform. Go ahead and assist there. There we go. Good damage. Good damage. I don't know how we turned that guy to our side, but... Well, he's dead now, so it doesn't matter. The guy on the bottom floor said he wouldn't tell you anything about the approval of Lady Webb. Oh, you're right. He did say that he would tell stuff once we had her approval. You're right. You're right. Written on the scrap of parchment is a concise but detailed description of you, including your name, your distinguishing features, and everyone you've known to have associated with in your brief time in the Deerwood. Ah, okay. I mean, I would like to thank House Dominal for their contribution to the fight to protect the realm. This will all be transferred into money that we will then use to eventually beat the ever-living shit out of those people. Oh, we've been looking for you. You're the one who lifted the curse on Heritage Hill. My lady, who wishes to remain anonymous, has entrusted me with bringing you this pistol. It belonged to a dear friend of hers who was lost to the curse. And for your part in reclaiming Heritage Hill, my lady wishes you to have it. May it serve you well. Thank you. You're quite welcome. St. Garam's Spark. Huh. Who would that have been, anyways? Oh, well, we can drop all that off. Let me see here. St. Garam's Spark. 26 to 35 pierce damage. Accuracy -5. Deflection. Accuracy granted to an ally attacking the same target. Not bad. With a 25% shock damage and a 60-yard bypass. Might have been the girl. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. St. Garam was a priest of Hylea, known for the mastery of the art of wordplay. It was said that he could shape the mood of a crowd with a single word and find with cruel precision the most shocking turn of phrase with which to dismantle an opponent. Ah, so he mastered vicious mockery. One more whimsical daughter of the Deerwood had this pistol crafted in his honor, for the gun too, she said, could put an end to any debate. 60R, -0.3 to crit damage and 15%. 60R, -0.3 to crit damage, 25 shock damage, and grants accuracy. You know what? Since it was also crafted in the honor of Hylea, we'll go ahead and give that to Pelagina. That'll be her backup ranged weapon.
Sure.
Ugh. Yes, you're correct. We need to double up with our Orlan friend in here. Corin is his name.
Welcome.
There we go. So many secrets and trails in this city. You have but to turn a corner to find a fresh trace of something stolen or someone missing. Unfortunately, we haven't the time to investigate them all. I'm supposed to be working on other matters, but my mind still lingers on a few recent cases. Curse of a Cipher, I'm sure you can sympathize, to be ruled by the whims of curiosity. Tell me about these cases. One case or three, depending on how one looks at it. He taps a clawed finger together. 3 weeks, and a disappearance at the end of each. Some might call it coincidence, we call it a clue. Lady Webb knows you, she trusts you, so I shall trust you as well, so long as our interests are aligned. I can look into it. Where should I start? He grins, razor-tipped teeth showing between lips. Copper Lane, Andra's Gifts, Brackenbury, of course. Talk to the ones who reported the disappearances, the only ones who know enough to care. Laura, Oli, Elkeg. Who's missing? 2 men, 1 woman. Lendry, Kendall, Cora. Tell me about Lendry. Best ask Ollie. Seems they drank together at the Salty Mast in the Andra's Gift. Also seems that no one knew him well enough to miss him. One of his ears twitches. And Kendall? Reported missing by one Elka, a dwarf who carried traces of... He closes his eyes and sniffs the air. Fine wine, young dandies, plenty of time and money to spend on her pleasures. Brackenbury would be where I would check. And what about Cora? Sister of Laura, one of the merchants in the Copper Lane Bazaar. Not the kind of person who would just disappear, it seems. Laura was most distraught. I think a visit from someone sympathetic will help raise her spirits. And what leads do you already have? None, yet. No obvious connection between the victims, which is what makes me wonder, so... He runs his hands along the length of each of one of his ears. Could it be animancy related? Researchers always need subjects, and the less scrupulous types in particular. He pauses, deep in concentration. Seems too risky for the sanitarium, but no one ever knows. Aloth folds his arms. Oh, I wouldn't put it past them. He waves a hand. Talk first to the people who reported our victims missing. Mayhap you'll catch something I missed. Let me see what else I can talk to you about. Oh, so that's it. There we go. Oh dear, the quest is called The Final Act. That doesn't bode well. That doesn't bode well at all. Let's check in with Lady Webb. Did I check out her? Oh, yes, we did.
How fares your search?
We have more
Well,
information
let's
about the
hear
Leaden
it.
Key. The Ingwithan Tower at the top of Heritage Hill contained an ancient machine to control the flow of souls. The Leaden Key purposely activated it.
This is troubling. That civilization seems to have known more about the mechanics of souls than anyone since. The Leaden Key was born in that period. It may be that Theos has full knowledge of their technology. The applications of this machine you speak of, I don't want to think about it. That isn't enough to take to the Duke, but we're close. Avar Wolfgren is a cautious man. He will want to know everything possible before being moved to action.
That's all we have right now.
Right.
All right, there we go. I am a tad bit toasted. Yes, we will need to rest at some point. To be fair, burnt is not the worst of the afflictions. A -2 to dexterity and taking additional damage from fire is not the worst thing, all things considered. We can deal with that for the most part. But yes, we will rest before we head out on any more side quests. If there's anything else I need to finish up, though. So we can talk to those people. Grieving Mother's Past, Aelis's disappearance, Crag Holt, the Cliff, Endless Pass, Cade Nua, Trials of Durance. Okay, so then yes, Kiblen Reg and find more information on the Leaden Key. So the only real big ones remaining are Anslog's Compass and the 3 contacts. Ollie is in a brothel in Leandra's Gifts, Laura is a merchant in the Copper Lane, and Elkag spends her time in Brackenberry. Which we are in Brackenberry, so we can do a quick jaunt around to try and find her. Oh, there we go.
How do you do?
The dwarven woman is dressed and perfumed like a member of the nobility, but her sun-reddened skin and a sweat-stained outfit suggest that she's been out here for quite some time.
Afraid I just do not have time right now.
I'm investigating the Kendall disappearance.
The little Orlin finally got serious about this case, eh?
Unfortunately, Dunnery Row is strapped for resources at the moment. I'm relatively new to their organization, so Curran sent me.
Well, I'm glad someone's on it.
She rolls her eyes.
I'll tell you whatever I can. What do you need to know?
First, start with the victim. Tell me about Kendall.
What's to tell? Pretty young lad, not the brightest of the bunch, but pleasant company.
And how do you know Kendall? She smirks.
We met up from time to time over the past few months. It was just a fling, really. It wasn't going to last.
She picks at the corner of her sleeve and looks away.
He was a fool, but a sweet little fool.
And what was Kendall doing before he disappeared?
She laughs sadly. The worst blazing rendition of the general speech from the Widow in the Wood that I'd ever yet heard.
She shakes her head.
I love that fellow, but he was a tragic failure. Yet somehow he managed to get in with the acting troupe.
When and where did you last speak to Kendall?
A week ago. He came back to my house for a bit of fun. Afterwards, we fell asleep, and when I woke up, he was gone. No note, no nothing.
And had you noticed anything different about Kendall lately?
He started hanging out with a bunch of the actors. Seemed all right, except for the woman.
She scowls.
That woman was her long, willowy legs and slender arms, always came around wearing those low-cut dresses and impossible shoes.
And what was her name?
I don't know, I never cared to learn it.
Her expression hardens. She uncrosses her arms and let them slowly fall to her sides.
I didn't realize it would ever be important.
Well, that's all I've got for now.
Well, if you think of any more, you'll know where I'll be.
Yeah, a little bit jealous. The fact that the quest is called The Final Act tells me that what might be happening is that the common trait is that all 3 of these people are going to have been spending time around the acting troupe. Which, I mean, I didn't see anything overly strange about the acting troupe, but I mean, I guess we're about to find out. This one was a merchant, so she's going to be over here by the Copper Lane. Or by all the merchants of the Copper Lane, I should say. Laura, there we go.
Hello.
I'm looking into some disappearances. I've heard that your sister's gone missing. Laura's voice drops to a whisper.
I didn't think anyone would help. When Laura disappeared, I went to Dunreed Row, the Crucible Knights, and even the dozens here.
She points her thumb at the large building behind her.
No one had time to look for a missing girl then, and that was 3 weeks ago.
She bites her lip.
If there's anything I can tell you that will help, just ask.
First, start with your sister. Tell me about her.
She's my younger sister, head full of dreams, convinced there was something special waiting for her, that she'd be remembered and happy and important. She's got plenty of heart, but not the commitment to match.
When she got the theater job, I thought she was about to turn it around. What was Cor doing when she disappeared?
She'd just gotten an acting troupe called the Come on, you've got this. Concentrate. The Revel of Stars, that's it. She was inexperienced. Laura hesitates. I think that's why she was so excited to get the role. I'm afraid I don't know anything else. When and where did you last see your sister? At our home, getting ready for a big performance, but that was 3 weeks ago. And did you see Cora with anyone when she disappeared? She is very sociable. She was always enjoying crowds. I'm afraid I can't narrow it beyond that. That's all I needed to know. Laura puts both of her hands over her heart. You don't know how much this means to me, just to know that someone is looking for her. Was there anything else? No. Yep, it's got something to do with the fucking acting troupe. Alright, and the last one was in Andra's gift, so we need to get back to a travel point. And unfortunate... Oh, what the... Hey, lockpicks. Sweet. And unfortunately, these things have all been spaced out over the course of weeks, and from the sound of it, her sister was the first one, which means... I don't know how...
You seem preoccupied with details, Aloth. Almost consumed by them, I'd say.
Once you've seen a colleague misuse Archimere's capricious hex, you learn an appreciation for details.
This sounds like wizard talk, so I'll just take your word for it.
To use it in language you might understand, Pelagina, when you see one of your compatriots who you think you can trust do something really, really underhanded and duplicitous, you start to pay more attention to what's going on around you, whether you want to or not. Now, I'd like to hope that whatever Aloth has had to deal with was just jokes and bad trolling, but you never know. Who were we looking for here? Ollie frequents a brothel in Andra's gifts. Ollie. Okay, his name is Ollie. And misusing spells results in very bad consequences. Oh yes, that's why I was saying, like, best case scenario, he's seen people just prank each other and get constantly on each other's nerves with it. Worst case, he's seen people just do horrendous shit with it that isn't technically illegal, but absolutely is, you know, unethical and immoral. Orica. Ollie, there we go. The man at the table is by himself, but he constantly glances at the opposite bench as if waiting for someone. He reeks of alcohol and moves with the torpor of someone who's gotten used to spending most of his time drunk. Table's taken. Find another. He spreads his elbows on the wood and pulls his drink between them. Miscasting a spell causing your skin to be turned inside out. Well, yeah. I've got questions about Lendry. His face twists into a confused scowl. What's it to you? Lendry was your friend. Least you could do is answer a few questions. Ollie eyes you warily. Yeah, fine. You don't have to get your small clothes in a knot about it. So what was it you were wanting with Lendry? Tell me about her. Tell me about him, sorry. He spent most of his time here drinking with me. Tells you enough, don't it? Takes a gulp of his drink and shrugs. He didn't volunteer details and I didn't ask. He had a working man's hands and a working man's taste for drink. When and where did you last see him? Right here, getting drinks with me. He slaps a spot on the bench. Just like we have every night for 5 years. I couldn't actually tell you much about him. I think we both preferred it that way. Frowns at the rough wood grain on the table. Probably why we got along so well. Plenty of shit neither of us bugged each other about. I remember the night because he said things were finally turning around. He was going to find a steady job, and he'd have a crack at a respectable life. I told him in that case, he could buy the drinks. He traces the rim of his cup. That's when she showed up. Who's this woman? The sly smile stretches across his face. Oh, real fancy lady. Her name was Lumdala. Taps his head. I don't remember much these days, but I can remember that. Usually you have to pay a month's copper to spend time with a woman like that, but Lumdala, oh, she was all over Lendry that night, and left with him too. Do you know where they went? A gruff laugh rattles his throat. She said they were going on to see some frilly performance. If you ask me, they had their own plans to perform that night. He makes an obscene gesture and grins. She just said they had to pick something up at her house in the Copper Lane first. Some cozy little spot by the North Gate. He picks up his cup. Even a drunk like me knows what that means. For what it's worth, she said she earns her coin over at the amphitheater in Copper Lane. That's where she said they were going to see their show. Maybe someone there saw him. That's all I need to know. Right. Let me know if you find him, yeah? The bastard owes me around if he's found the good life. Okay, so the question is, do we confront Lundala out in public and try to get some information from her, or do we just bypass her and head straight to her home? And see what we can find in her house. I mean, this is already not sounding good. Like, especially given the fact that that one of these people, Cora, Laura's sister, has been missing for over 3 weeks. As I was saying before I got interrupted when we came in here from the NPC dialogue, I don't know about Aora's crime statistics, but in the real world, usually if you haven't found a lead on the person within the first, I think, 48 to 72 hours, the chances of them being found after that are astronomically slim. So, here's hoping that she's just kept them trapped in her goddamn, basement or something, because otherwise, we're gonna have a serious problem. Yeah, I'm already not feeling that this is going to have a happy ending. We might get one of these 3 people out of here, and that's if we're lucky. We're gonna do we're gonna do a manual save here just in case. No, nothing in here. Oh, seriously? Requires a proper key. There's no way to get through. We're gonna have to go talk to her, aren't we? Oh, hey, they finished the construction. Security reports that Dominal thugs will attack the stronghold in 3 days. Oh, well, all the more reason to build something that will... Is there something we can build quickly that will improve our security? Training grounds, 2 days, and that'll get us another 2 points of security.
Huh?
Alright, let's go talk to them. We have to actually go talk to them. We can't just bust the door down and find out what's going on in their house. I trained my character to be a master of lockpicking, and he still can't pick some of these locks. That's something I do appreciate about Baldur's Gate from what I've seen of it, of Baldur's Gate 3, is they really did just be like, yeah, that door's locked, you can beat it down with a barbarian's axe. Like, why would you be forced to go find a key if you've got the ability to just break it apart? Alright, Lundala. How do we want to see this? We'll start with Cora. I was wondering if a woman named Cora was part of your group. Can't say I recognize the name. She suddenly seems focused on the length of her fingernail. Odd. Her sister mentioned that she had recently joined your Revel of Stars. Maybe, but what would I know about it? The work requires great focus and attention. She flicks her fingertips in frustration. I don't have time to coach every young amateur who joins our troop for a week. If you don't handle it yourself, it's very likely parts of your castle get destroyed. Oh, for fuck. Well, I guess we know what we're doing after we're done with the quest here. I suppose I can spare a moment for a fan. I'm also looking for Kendall. Apparently he also joined your group. No experience. Terrible actor. Sound familiar? She narrows her silver eyes. I'm not sure who this Kendall is or why would you malign our talent, but rest assured that we have a process for evoking a satisfying performance for even the most inexperienced players. There is also Ollie and his friend Lendry who was last seen with you. Lets out a big laugh. That drunk in Audra's gift? Men flatter themselves when it comes to the attention of beautiful women. The Pallid Knight himself could waltz into that bar, and he believed she was there to sit on his lap and listen to bawdy stories. Pallid Knight. I think I courted her once. She hated being called that. Ader, on the one hand, that's actually a pretty decent joke. On the other, knowing this universe, you might have actually done that. In which case, goddamn, man. Holy shit, you are brave. I'm just analyzing the facts. And the facts are that one of us stinks of cheap ale and desperation, while the other has a long and illustrious career. She tilts her head towards you. Consider well which is a more credible source. Aye, I cannot her sort knight to be trusted. I need longer lines, because it's kind of hard to slip into that accent on the short lines. You flatter yourself by claiming you're anything beyond a 6 out of 10. Surely there's someone else you can ask about all this. I'm just an actor. You are connected to all 3 of the recent disappearances that each of them you claim to know nothing about. Then what else do you expect me to say on the subject? If you'll excuse me, I have a performance to attend to. She turns, sighs. The young man nearby steps up next to you, his gaze fixed on the other actors, his voice low. Meet me at Lumdala's house. I know what's going on. He claps his hand and whistles. Well done indeed. Well, this sounds like a trap, but if these dipshits want to... If this acting troupe turns out to be like a group of traveling murderers and they think they can take me down, I'm going to enjoy setting all of them on fire. Aloth, how many fireballs can you cast right now? 4 fireballs.
Right.
Kadal wanted to talk to us? Yeah, but he wanted to talk to us in the house. A young man appears before you, trembling and excited. I saw you with Lumdala by the amphitheater. They count double if indoors. Indeed. Look, I don't know what your business is with her, but I want out of this mess. I came by to grab my things. Just leave me be, all right? Let's see what you have to say for yourself first. Kadal reaches slowly into a satchel, producing a small key. This opens the door over there. There's a passage in there leading down to a theater. It's easier if you see it for yourself. I've helped you. I want your promise that you'll leave my name out of this. Oh, first time I ever met an actor who didn't want his name on everything. I won't mention you, but get out. Now. Thank you. Thank you and good luck. Oh, dear God, what is this woman doing down here? Alright, sweep the rest. Sorted plays from all over the world, fill these shelves. It wouldn't include. Is she going to be one of those crazy people who's like, these plays involve someone actually dying, so I can't actually perform true theater unless someone actually dies in it or some
Finished.
stupid shit like that?
On the hunt.
Really, nothing in there. Short sword. Nestled between tin helms and breastplates are a handful of daggers that feel too sharp to be props. They're forcing people into D&D games. That or we've just run into another group of Skyne cultists, which wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Oh dear. What was the gateway game that got you into all these games? As far as CRPGs go? Huh. I remember playing a little bit of Baldur's Gate 1 when I was very young, but I don't remember ever actually finishing it. I mean, I guess you could count stuff like KOTOR 1 and 2 would probably have been my introduction to this style of game. For me, it was if we're talking about it in general, it's definitely KOTOR 1. The original KOTOR was pretty much my first quasi turn-based, because it was technically turn-based, but it didn't feel like it. CRPG. And I was a huge Star Wars fan at the time, so I loved that stuff. I absolutely adored that stuff. The Tale of Revan. And then, of course, KOTOR 2 and the Tale of the Jedi General, Mitra Surik. Dragon Age Origins. Yes, Dragon Age Origins, that's a good one too. That one came later, but yes. I very much enjoyed Dragon Age Origins, although I was still a bit, as I said, my previous experience had been KOTOR. I played Dragon Age Origins almost like it was a action game, because I kind of just ignored all of the CRPG elements, and that would sortedly explain why I got my ass kicked most of the time. I'll find swords, some golden obols.
Nice and quiet.
Why did that say I'm visible over there? Something is staring at me. Is it just the...
Look.
What was that? Why does it do that? I can't... You discovered something. What did I discover? I hate it when it does that, and I don't see anything pop up on my screen. Also, what... Oh my god, okay, so it's connected to the... Oh, it's connected to the rest of the catacombs. Oh dear. Open up... Yeah, open up your map. I did. Yes, but with Dragon Age, it turns out in Dragon Age, if you just put enough points into your stats and just put the heaviest armor on, you can actually get through most of the combat encounters by just yeeting yourself at the enemy at full speed with your abilities. Final Fantasy VIII and Fire Emblem on the Game Boy Advance. Those are good. I've played the older Fire Emblem games, and I've played some of the newer ones, too. A simple silken... Yeah, or just play mage. Correct. That was my second playthrough of Dragon Age Origins. How could you tell? A simple silken scarf is crumpled on the filthy flagstones. Essence radiates from it like heat. The closer you get, the more you feel a confusing mixture of joy, surprise, and then pain. Pick up the scarf.
Mage is OP in Dragon Age Origins, especially if you eventually end up going... Oh, sorry, I hiccuped. If you end up going the Arcane Knight subclass later on in the game, because then it's just like, oh yeah, you know all those weaknesses that you had? You know all the weaknesses that you had as a mage? Yeah, those are gone. You can now use your spellcasting stat to determine wearing heavy armor and swinging a sword if you need to. It's like, well, why would you play anything else? You do that, you make Alistair a Templar and put him on the front line so he doesn't have to worry about friendly fire, and then you proceed to just eviscerate everything. Blood Mage for being an edgy boy. Understandable. I don't think there were any really bad I guess not really subclasses, but like advanced classes in Dragon Age Origins. There weren't any really bad ones. They were all pretty good. You hold the scarf and focus on it. The world around you shifts. Something about you shifts too. The smooth fabric is still in your hands. But you're in this small yet cozy house, and Laura is looking from the scarf back to you, asking if you like it. She's smiling because the answer is written on your face. This was 4 years ago, but you still wear the scarf on days like today. After all, you wore it the first day you met that actress with the silvered eyes. Who's to say it won't bring you luck again tonight? It's nestled around your throat, soft and warm and comforting. You're halfway through the third act and you can feel the audience's eyes on you, hungry and attentive. You were nervous at first when she brought you down here. You wondered what kind of show you'd signed up for, but this has all gone better than you could have hoped. You reach the end of your monologue and the scarf tightens around your neck. It chokes the final line from your throat, which is embarrassing, because your debut was going so well. But when you try to pull the scarf away, it only tightens further. You're confused and you look to the audience expecting someone to come to your rescue. You see their eyes, that hungry, attentive look, and you finally understand. The stage fades to black. The scarf falls from your hand and flutters to the ground, but Cora's soul yet lingers, stuck between a familiar token and a question. It wants to know, but it wants to retreat. Damn, I'm kind of surprised that Stoic actually has, like, Stoic is actually like the one trying to talk her through it the best. Yeah, Benevolent is also good, but honestly, I like that some of the Stoic options are actually really well thought out. Like, that's a good way to do it. It occurs to me that this isn't just Stoic in the modern sense of not expressing much. This is also Stoicism, the philosophy, which is you are actually being like, you should reserve your emotions for things that are good. And while something happened to you that is horrible and it will be dealt with, you need to focus on what was good. Oh, Jesus Christ. People just understand, like, You had your sister's love and the courage to follow your dreams. Take comfort in that as you find your way to the next life. And know that we will find your killer. The soul glows with warmth before fading back into the fabric of the scarf. Sup, everybody? Lumdala emerges from the shadows, her silvered eyes glowing in the darkness. Well, well, if it isn't our friend from Dunreed Row. What do you want, Lumdala? I have a proposition. If she offers you a role, it better be the lead. I'm listening. I stage my performances for wealthy patrons. One in particular would make a valuable catch. If you agree to a truce, I'll give you his name. Ooh. Oh, this is actually... Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Huh. Explain why this is a better deal for me. Think of it this way. I only feed on demand. I'm offering you the man whose money and connections made all my performances possible in the first place. Oh, it is tempting. It is tempting. At the same time, from the sound of it, see, Lumdala, you've made one slight mistake, though. You've made one slight mistake. You can do both if you're up for being a douche. I'm tempted, then. I'm real tempted. Fine. Fine, Lumdala. Bring your contact here. The man you're looking for is Lord Gatterman. Find him in Brackenbury yourself or report him to the authorities. Oh no, you see, that
was payment for what you've done. This is justice for your victims. Also, can they even walk up that side? I thought the only way to get... Oh, no, it is accessible that way. Oh, but that means we can block them here. Why am I on the side? Why am I on the side there?
ready.
Okay, you there, you there. They're all going to start running forward. So if that's the case, boop. Just going to drop that there. Durance, go ahead and... Where is that spell? There it is. Go ahead and just throw that out there. There we go. And then we're going to throw an AoE down on top of them.
Yes?
Aloth, go ahead and give me another fireball right in there. Give me another fireball right there. I don't care about your shit. Now hit Lumdala with the bouncing missiles. No. Do not cast it on our guys, you dipshit. Oh, he's distracted. Oh, he's confused. That's why we have a problem. Alright, go ahead and give me that. And I will switch to my reach weapon so that I can actually hit them. There we go. And Lumdala exploded into chunky salsa. Draw fireball. Yep. Just 1 fireball, 2 fireball, 3 fireball, and then some exploding missiles for good measure. Was there anything of value amongst you stupid assholes? Oh, a better ring of protection. I'll take it. Why not? That sounds good. As for the rest of you... Yep, nothing of value. I believe deflection +9, he's got that one there. So if we put that on him, we can put a different cloak on him. Ah, yes. Okay, okay. Aloth, draw a fireball, and Aloth just points his finger at them and just goes pew, 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 and 3 fireballs go out. Ah, okay, okay. What do we want to give? Defense against spells would be good for him, I think. Yeah. Yeah, we'll give him the defense against spells one so we can swap that on there, and then we'll give him the ring. That gets his defenses even higher. Very nice. Do we want... Oh, yeah, Haravius doesn't have one, does he? Go ahead and throw that on him. Give him some slightly better defenses. Ah, sure. Yes, there we go. And that leads out into... Yep. Okay, okay, okay. There we go. Yep, that leads back out into this. And then we can head back up. Now I do like that didn't even count as a cruel or deceptive option. It was literally just, yeah, no, you're still a murderer. You still are going to be punished for this, you asshole. Maybe you should have gotten some insurance rather than just telling me right to my face where you were still within prime fireball distance. Where would he be is the question. Hold on. Yep. Return to missing people. Brackenberry no name learned Gatterman. Dunnard Row would no doubt be interested in him. Okay. Oh. Oh. Well, hold on. No, I think taking this to Dunreed Row would be the better choice. They'll have the resources to make sure that he doesn't... Just killing him is not enough. Yeah, we'll talk to Curran first. If we confront him directly, I'm sure there's like an option to like blackmail him for money or some stupid shit. But we don't need that. We're bringing this to the end. I found the missing people. Yes, you've been all over Defiance Bay since we last spoke. His alert eyes search you. What did you find? Okay, there we go. The third option is the one that includes both. Quite a bit, actually. A woman named Lumdala has been staging performances in which actors are murdered. Lord Gatterman was one of her most prominent patrons. He hisses. Something big, I knew it. We'll send our men after them right away. Things did get messy, I'm afraid. Most unfortunate. No doubt they could have enlightened us with many intriguing connections. We'll just have to gather what we can from any remains you have left. You've been a resourceful investigator, and your shrewdness has helped resolve the most troublesome case, and saved many lives, I'm sure. No, we agreed that not to mention him. He was the reason that we were able to get through all of this, so. It was worth it to put a stop to these heinous crimes. I appreciate your zeal. Take this payment for your services. We've got enough reputation, Defiance Bay. I'll take the generosity. Thank you. And thank you for your help. Neither Dunreed Rowe nor I will forget this. Farewell.
Gods keep you.
Oh. It doesn't fascinate. I've always marveled at her choices. Nothing in common to my eyes, but her sight is far keener than mine. Her room is upstairs. Oh yeah, okay, so for some reason he didn't have that dialogue until now. I don't know why. Okay, so what we should be doing now is heading to Caed Nua. Yes, we'll head to Caed Nua to deal with the attack and rest at our own fortress so that way we can, yep, and the Lord guy is gone. Oh, and we got an update from Kana. After traveling north from Godhammer Citadel, Kana arrived at the Redsaran port city of Benhalt. Several of the pirates had landed there and sold off their stolen booty. Tips and rumors from merchants and criminal elements led Kana to the Bone Isles, a small archipelago northwest of Redsaris. The more foolhardy pirates put up a fight, but most of them fled with small scraps of cargo. In the end, Kana managed to recover over half of what was stolen. And one item, a small curious diving bell, went unclaimed by the conglomerate of merchants that had paid for the recovery. Oh, 20%, 20 defense against poison, 35 against dragon breath attacks, and a -1 to perception. This diving helmet seems to have been a Valiant experiment insisting underwater exploration. Though it only holds a small amount of air, a clever magical enchantment pressurizes the bell enough to allow for deeper dives than normally possible. Cool. 2 days and 21 hours remaining. Okay. And we need at least 8 hours to rest, so how long does it take to get to 2? Okay, we will still have a full day in Caed Nua, to deal with that. Oh, I saw it. It was the Dominals, wasn't it? Yeah, a group of Dominal thugs will infiltrate the stronghold and will be attacking the Great Hall. Yeah, I saw that. We did tell this to start construction, right? Yes, we did. There was nothing else we needed to check here. No, there's Anslog's compass, but we can do that on our way. We can do that after Caed Nua. Should have enough time for that at least. I don't think there's anything else in... Does not appear there's anything else in Defiance Bay. Nope. It appears that we are completely done with Defiance Bay for right now. Alright, head on up to Caed Nua.
Looks a little healthier than before.
I have a feeling you'll still be saying that, Durance, long after we've gotten this place up and running. Also, we need to just go rest, so let's head on over. Oh. I wouldn't pay, so they set my crops on fire. When my boy tried to stop him, they knocked him over the head. He's alive, but he can't think straight no more. Your boy got lucky. My guards, good men both, got put to the sword after they surrendered. Those thugs, I paid those thugs what they wanted. They still took everything I had. There it is. A woman points at you, and all eyes in the crowd turn their hostile gaze upon you. What's going on here? We want justice. You've been terrorizing us, and we won't stand for it. I'm sorry, what? You sent your men to my farm to collect a crop tax, saying we were overdue. For me, it was a road toll. I've been traveling up and down this way for years and never heard of such a thing. What makes you think I sent these men? They said they were acting on orders from the Lord of Caed Nua. It's what's his fucking name? Who claims to be Caed Nua. Those were not my men. Then who were they? They weren't no common bandits. If this happens again, none of it is on my orders. You have heard this directly from me. Well, fine, say we believe you, but what about what we've lost? What about my crops? And my goods? And the families of my guards? Here, share this amongst yourselves. Most generous of you, my lord. The villagers begin to nod and smile at you, uttering thanks as they distribute the coins between them. It's 1,000 copper. It's honestly not that much for us.
Ah, angry mobs, the inevitable thorn in every ruler's side, eh? They're good people. Can't blame them for reacting that way when they thought we were responsible for all of this. Your subjects are fortunate to have a leader that understands the more compassionate side of nobility. But for now, they have to wait. I mean, to pay out for stuff that we didn't cause in order to help their lives get better? Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty benevolent act, Cato. Certainly better than driving them off with just empty, what they would see as just empty promises. Yes, now you will have to wait. I have news about Lord Gathbin. Gathbin, that was it. I'm going to start calling him Lord Trashbin. Let's discuss it in the Great Hall, away from curious ears. I mean, we will, but we're going to rest, and then we'll talk to you. We should be able to rest in here, right? Because this is the... Isn't this supposed to be the resting area? It's supposed to be the mansion, right? Where do we... I'm confused. Yes. Korgrak, thank you very much for not punting those farmers over the walls. I know that took a lot of restraint. Thank you. They had legitimate grievances that we had to address. Thank you for not punting them over the walls. Oh, here we go. Okay, the upper floor looks so much better now. Oh, there we go. Tangled mass of overgrown hedges. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. 3 intellect, 2 athletics, and 3 constitution. Oh, that's actually really good. And we can talk to everybody here. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Aloth didn't complain. It must be good. Yes, Aloth, is this up to your Adiran standards of interior decoration? Yep, nothing there with them. Oh, your hotbar at the bottom left? Huh? Oh, and it automatically brings up the... Oh, okay. The
Your
grieving mother.
mind comes bearing...
Yes, it does, grieving mother. And I had the opportunity to do what you did, and I chose not to. See how that works? Dick. I'm assuming there's nothing in here. Yeah. I figured I'd check. You never know. Okay. But yes, let us go ahead and rest. We should have plenty of time before the bandits show up. Yep, almost 2 full days. We'll go ahead and grab the +3 intellect bonus from the forum. In this chat, we like Cogger. We do! Like, I get why people are suspicious about ogres, but he literally didn't do anything except when people wandered into his cave and threatened him. Like, which, quite frankly, if you threaten an ogre while he's holding a giant 2-handed club, and he is not the one who initiated the hostilities, you're a goddamn dumbass. And there's no other word for it.
Looks a little healthier than before.
Shut up, Durance. Oh, cool. He likes the warden as well. Ogres are like onions. Alright, where's the marshal? There he is.
Lord Sovani. I've received word that Lord Gathbin, Lord Trashbin. I'm sorry, we call him Lord Trashbin here. Lord Gathbin is amassing an army of mercenaries near the Yenwood Field. It appears a peaceful claim to Caed Nua is no longer possible. The Earl has sent me to aid you in forming your own forces to counter this threat. Though I am here in an advisory role only, the Earl will not officially take sides in a dispute between vassals. Fine, let's talk about what we have access to for an army. Where the hell am I going to get troops? I've sent out a call for volunteers from the lands surrounding Caed Nua. Hopefully people will realize that being under your rule is preferable to that of Lord Gathbin's. Any hireling stationed in Caed Nua will also accompany you into the battle, so I suggest you acquire as many of them as possible. However, most of these men and women will have little to no military experience. I'm hoping that you can gain additional allies from the Knights of the Crucible or from the Dozens militia. And what are the status of my regular troops? The Marshal shakes his head. Far too green, far too few. If you go up against Lord Gathbin now, your losses will be heavy, though victory may still be possible. So we need to find veteran soldiers. I do know a company or two of veterans that would be willing to join us for coin. It would cost roughly 10,000 coppers for their expenses. Let me think about it. I don't even know how much money I have right now. What special allies do I have available? There are none who have offered to help, I'm afraid. It could be possible to find an ally in Defiance Bay amongst the Knights of the Crucible, the Dozens, or if you are truly desperate, Horus Dominal. Well, I've brutally murdered like 24 of those ones, so you might want to strike that last one off the list. I have also heard rumors of a force of Ritsarans currently in the White March. If you find your way that far north, perhaps you can sway some of them to join your cause. That's all for now. Why is it that the Earl won't officially legitimize my claim? It is unfortunately a delicate situation. Legally, Lord Gathbin's claim is just. I'm going to keep doing that because I like the idea that my character calling him Trashbin is starting to catch on. And he knows it. Stripping the land and title from a noble family can be quite dangerous, perhaps more so than simply killing a man outright. With Gathbin's dead, the Earl only need worry about blood vengeance from the family members that actually cared for Lord Gathbin. Those, if court gossip is to believe, are few and far between. Losing a family claim to land and title, though, well, such disputes incite hatred from the entire clan and their political allies, not to mention the unease it causes amongst the other noble families. Entire wars have been started for less. No, if Gathbin is to be denied, it will be you who must prove your legitimacy to the Earl and to all others who would dispute your claim. This is what it means to be a noble within the Dealwood. How much time do we have? Enough. It's rumored that Lord Gathbin will suffer a series of unfortunate and completely unforeseeable setbacks before his army is complete. He grins and winks. Still, I'd not overtarry long. We do have a strong defensive position here in Caed Nua. Why not let Trashbin's army come to me? Lord Gathbin isn't fool enough to risk tearing down Caed Nua just to kill you. If you shield yourself behind these walls, he shall have free reign over your lands to torment your subjects in the countryside. Earl Baldemar will see your inaction against Lord Gathbin as a sign that you're unwilling to perform your duties as Lord of Caed Nua. This will cause you to lose support and will have dire consequences. Taking the fight to him is your only option. So you can do the battle at any time as soon as you officially get the knight's support. What the game doesn't tell you is that you can keep playing the game and waiting with the battle as long as possible and getting allies in the battle that the game never mentions. So it's generally good to do this as the very final thing you do before heading to the point of no return. Also because you'd be ridiculous OP and can take Trashbin a new one. I like this plan. I like this plan. Oh, Stuart, is there anything from you?
It seems your fame is spreading. I have heard travelers speaking of your accomplishments in Defiance Bay.
If you'll forgive me saying so, it is a relief to find the keep in the command of someone more connected to the world. It's so easy to let things fall by the wayside.
We did that. We'll deal with that in a second. Don't forget to check the chest in the room in the southeast. Chest in the room in the southeast. Oh, these are from the, okay, these are from the various quests that they've been going on. I was wondering where those were. Mossy Rocks, Turquoise. Oh, palm-sized intricately carved disc of Adra that complement the deeds of the recipient. Oh, okay. Go ahead and grab all that. I don't think there was anything else. Oh no, that just, I keep forgetting that just links back into that. So we're well rested. We've got all that taken care of. Oh, the library. We haven't actually checked out the stuff that's around here. So, oh, this hasn't been, I forgot we haven't fully restored the library yet. I'm an idiot. Derp derp. So honestly, our best thing to do now would probably be to advance time and deal with the Dominal attack.
Better indeed.
There we go. See? Aloth is giving you a genuine compliment. So stop bad-mouthing at Durance. Manual resolve. So this will, I'm assuming this just speeds up time to the point and then... Oh, shit. Why did you let them in? Shouldn't this be the other way around? Shouldn't they be coming in through the door and we should be facing them? This is a
This is stupid. Okay, well, let's try to save our boys. Oh, definitely deal with the wizard first. Give me standard missiles there. There we go. Move up a little bit. Move that way. Move that way. There we go. Most of them are on that side, so we're going to go ahead and cast that. We'll go ahead and deal with them, and they should be able to handle that. There we go. Deal some damage on him. Don't let him... I don't want any of my mercenaries to die. Also, switch to the other weapons and move in on there. There we go. Nope, nope. Aloth, just keep shooting. Just keep shooting. Aloth, give me your AoE. Drop it on them. There we go. Drop it again on them. Oh no, they killed one of my dudes. What the fuck? Killed the Warden of the Wilds. You asshole. Son of a bitch. We're gonna have to rehire him, aren't we? If we even can. They might just be dead. Also, I better get the loot. Don't take the loot from me, game. I swear to God. It better be over here in this chest. Son of a bitch, game. What the hell? I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I don't care if their stuff was just basic crap. That you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that to me in a CRPG. You don't just get to take all my loot away. Oh, that was not...
Looks a little healthier
that was
than
not good.
before.
Yeah, we lost 2? I mean, we can just rehire them, but... Oh, I thought we were doing good. Bring in the Warden of the Wilds and bring in the Rautai Linebreaker so that we've got a full complement of security. Korgrak did good, at least. Okay, now what the hell were we doing next? Right, we need to go to Anslog's Compass so we can deal with the Crucible Knight quest. I thought we were doing good. I didn't realize we lost 2 of them. It was bad enough we lost 1. Anslog's Compass. Okay. Where did they say they were going to meet us? Nope. 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 Where is it? Nope. 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 Where the hell is it? There. Our node will be waiting for research by the docks, which must be this one. Okay. Wanted to point out that you probably should switch in Grieving Mother, as she has a great quest related to being your body for a longer time. We'll do that after this, since we're planning on going back to the main quest. The problem is I'll probably have to drop Haravius of all people, because I really still need Aloth's spells, Endurance's spells. So I can't really afford to drop, and I can't really afford to take Pelagina off the front line either, because if we go back to having one frontliner, we're going to have more issues. That boat is moving a lot for supposedly being tied to a dock. Commander Cliver sent you. Why is it not? What's going on?
How do you do?
There we go. The woman sizes you up, squinting against the glare from the water. You come from Crucible Keep, I take it. I was told you have something for me. What exactly is going on at Fleetbreaker Castle? Her eyes narrow and she shrugs. Well, you're obviously helping Commander Cleaver, so I suppose I can tell you. The High Justice has begun gathering his forces there. This mess with the legacy, the unrest, the man-eating corpses in the Deerwood. It isn't going away, and the dozens are using this as an opportunity for their own power grab. We've got to build up strength to defend the Deerwood, as well as our own position. And with these Forge Knights at our disposal, we'll be unstoppable. What's your role in all this? I'm a commander stationed at Fleetbreak Castle. I was sent to retrieve the research by the High Justice himself. She leans closer. And since you know what that research is all about, you can imagine how eager I am to get back to the castle quickly and quietly. Fine. Here. Excellent. I should get this back to the High Justice before... She looks over your shoulder at a sound of approaching footsteps. Too late. Get ready. Oh god, it's going to be another case where they're going to spawn behind me and now I have to move everybody again. Ugh. The man's face is twisted into a snarl. Are you mad? You hold the secret to one of the foulest examples of animancy and you want to hand it over to the knights? He shakes his head.
It's an abomination. Caged souls used as weapons, and you'd give these silk stockings an army of them. He raises his axe, tightening his grip on the haft. You know I can't let you do this. That research must be destroyed. I'd like to see you try. Kill them all. I've got to get used to having my party facing towards where the enemy's probably going to come, because of the way the movement system works in this game, I'm going to have a bitch of a time getting them. Yeah, come on. Go, 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 go. There we go.
Something?
All right. Now we can actually do something. Give me a bounding missiles.
Yeah.
Give me a puppet on them. Come on, puppet them up.
I'm ready.
Get in there. And give me a lightning storm. There we go. Try to go for him. Ravius, go ahead and transform. Oh god, they hit us with a slow spell, didn't they? Oh, all that's left is the mind control dude and one guy. You're about to have a very bad time. There we go. Erenrode wipes her blade on the lining of her cape. I'll take that as our cue to leave. With the dozens growing so bold, we've got no time to waste. She strides back towards the waiting boat. Give my regards to the commander, and watch your back out there.
Right.
Mercenary and Paddlebald. Fine large shield. 18 deflection, -8 accuracy. Fine with an additional 4 deflection. Oh. Is that better than the one Adair has? I don't think it is. Was there anything else? Chocolate, some money. Go ahead and grab that first. There we go. No, that's still better, and his secondary one is identical. Okay. Oh, why did we not grab that? Oh, go ahead and grab that for Aloth, and then grab the rest for that. Anything in this grimoire we can learn? There is. Rimgrim's Repulsive Visage. Sickened for 3 seconds, terrified for 3 seconds. That is really bad. What the hell? Wait, caster's face. Oh, okay, I see. It's centered on the caster and it keeps reapplying it over the course of time. I was like, why the hell would you want a debuff that only lasts 3 seconds? That's horrible. Okay, I see what it is. I see what it is. Okay. So, do we have to head back to the Crucible Knights to finish that? Yes, return to Crucible Keep. Okay, fine. Fine, fine. We've got just enough time to be able to do that before we're done for today. Yep, we'll swing back by Caed Nua as well, and we'll pick up the Grieving Mother. Why not? Yeah, I mean, that's the problem, though. Like, I haven't had Haravius do too many spells, but his spells have been very useful. His lightning spell in particular is still amazing for any kind of group combat. And the other thing is, quite frankly, Tenwin, I like Haravius. Whereas the Grieving Mother, she has an interesting story. True. Very true. But I don't necessarily like her. Haravius says hilarious shit and has good interactions with everyone. The Grieving Mother has no interactions with anyone by design and is a, quite frankly, horrible ass. The Grieving who? Okay, see, I don't know what if you're actually poking fun at the fact that no one remembers her, or if you legitimately don't know who we're talking about. And we should probably check in with our warden here as well. Field journal contains sketches of Admeth Weird, Deercap, and other common plants. One glass eye and several teeth are missing from the skulder head.
Hello.
Ah, of course. I just want to make sure, Sent. You never know. It's hard to parse some things when it's just text. The grizzled old man takes a puff from his pipe and nods at you. I was wondering when you'd drop by. Kids around here have been hit with more than their share of trouble of late. I'm up to my ears in bounty offers. Figured at least one of them might be of interest to you, some of your skills. What's the most recent buy? I ought to warn you, there's a reason these bounties are still on offer. But tough bastards, every last one of them. If you're not up to it now, feel free to come back around when you're better prepared. In the meantime, here's a good batch to start us off. There's a standing bounty on Sly Cardale's head, of course. Then there's the forest lurker, who's hunting trade routes, and an ogre shaman. Should fetch a good price, and up last is War Chief Iklak. Tell me about this War Chief. War Chief Iklak, he's a Zarip. If his name didn't tip you off. He moves around a lot and he's known to hunt the Valewood from time to time. Folks want him dealt with before he takes up with a dragon. Okay, and the ogre? Oh, that one keeps making the rounds. Naurin the Wise, he's some kind of ogre shaman. They say he's raided half a dozen farms all over the dear world. Wood is he's holed up somewhere in the Umshore, though nobody knows where he's been looking ever since he went. What about this forest lurker? Let's see, word is there's a big ass forest lurker taking up a residence in the Black Meadow just off the main road. Merchants have been calling it the Dweller, and they want it gone before it starts chewing up the caravans. And this Sly Cardrel? Bounty comes all the way from New Haemar. Sly Cardrel and some of his accomplices have escaped prison there. Killed 2 Justicars on their way out. The guards are itching for revenge. A man matching his description was seen near Magra's folk. He's well armed and will have his friends with him too. Popeye, I'm trying to do more of a Scottish, like, mumbling Scottish accent. Popeye is much more high-pitched than that. Like, Popeye's voice is way higher pitched than that. I mean, he kind of has that mumble to him sometimes, but it's much higher pitched. Alright, I'll take a look at these when I can. I don't even think I can do a Popeye voice because of that. I legitimately, I don't know what you're talking about, Ted. When I'm saying it, it doesn't sound anything like Popeye.
Than before.
I suppose we can be dangerous and drop Pelagina for a little bit to bring the grieving mother. Because I like Pelagina too, but I just don't have enough room. And I really need Durance and Aloth spells. Like, that's like a non-negotiable status at this point.
Need something?
Also, Adair, switch back to your other one. Yeah, I know. You're probably right.
May Wal watch your step.
Then head back to First Fires. I just wish it wasn't. It's one of those cases where it's another one where it's like, I could understand having a limit on the characters that you actually have in combat. Also, we forgot to... Wait, what? You ignore the supplicant and he leaves the stronghold. Wait, what? What the fuck? I didn't even realize something was going on. What the fuck? I didn't... Hold on. No, hold on. Hold the phone. Go back. That is bullshit. I didn't realize that there was a freaking timed event going on.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we gotta go inside first.
Wait,
are they actually talking? No, it's just Durance talking. That was bullshit. Get me back over here then. I need to finish up. Let's go. Let's go, people. Come on. Move it. Move it, move it, move it. What's taking y'all so long? And switch back to your proper weapon, Adair. You might help with, see, the Grieving Mothers, there's actually a bit of funky. Her good ending is the same as if you do her quest or not. The only way to get her bad ending is to do her quest and make a wrong choice. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, no, that's not spoilery. That's just giving me some details. There we go, Supplicant. What the hell is your problem? Okay, do I talk to the steward? Oh my god, there it is. Yeah, see, if ignored, -8 prestige. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Jesus. Send escort. Sagani. She's great for this kind of thing. Go ahead. Yeah, finished in 2 days. Okay. Jesus.
Looks a little healthier than before.
Could someone say something other than Durance, for the love of God? Okay. Again,
May Wal watch your step.
There we go. Yeah, I was about to say it. I was wondering why she was still on there, but it's busy. Okay, First Fires. Back to the keep. Finishing up. Got a little bit... Just got to run down here and finish up this. Why are there dead bodies in front of the castle? Oh, fuck. One of the Forge soldiers went crazy. I already was able to see it from a distance. God damn it. The Forge Knights are... I tied my fortunes to the Forge Knights and they're already fucking up. Also, it decided to put Aloth in front, which is not what I wanted. There we go. Yeah.
No, I like her story. Oh, Jesus Christ. The whole thing is going to... oh, okay, we will kill the one out here, but we're going to have to end because I don't have time to go through this entire fortress inside. Switch to the other weapon. Smack him. Ow, okay, holy shit.
Let's go.
Ow. What the fuck did you guys equip these assholes with?
That's not very helpful.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, where was his insta-heal? Where was that heal? I'm not seeing anything that gives him his health back. What the fuck, game? Jesus goddamn Christ. Okay, fine. Drain him of his fucking abilities. Smack him with your sword. Knock him down. Richard, leaving the target hobbled and weakened. Okay, he's not immune to that. Good, do it. Aloth, give me magic missiles. Durance, give me AoE heal. There we go. Jesus. That was one of them. What the dip did you fuckers do with these things? Well, unfortunately, we will not be able to find out until Wednesday because I have got to get going, and I do not have time to be dealing with that for God knows how long how many there are in there. So we're going to save real fast. I'm going to find somebody to drop you guys off with as a raid. I'm sorry, Tenwin, but hey, the sooner I get affiliate, the sooner I start making money on Twitch, the easier it'll be to find, well, I mean, not anytime soon, but I would love to make this my job rather than working a 40-hour work week. Or honestly, it's going to be a 45-hour work week this week because we fell behind last week, which is always fun. Let me go ahead and mute that. Let me pull up Twitch's manager right here and let me see who's on. It does not want to load the list for rating a channel. There we go. Bad Reki, Zurazan, Buff Pup, Asmongold. No, I'm not rating into Asmongold. Don't need to drop you guys amongst his 27,000 viewers. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna send you off to the Black Pants Legion. They're doing their usual variety shtick, and it looks like today is a cooking stream. So they'll be doing, oh god, they're literally, they are doing basic bitch pumpkin spice. So go ahead and just swing by them real fast. They do great content. Their YouTube channel is the Black Pants Legion. They do really good entertainment there. Just give them a look-see. And if you're not feeling it after a few minutes, then feel free to find somebody else. But thank you all for joining me. It's been a glorious Monday, and I hope you all have a glorious week if I don't see you again. But I will see you on Wednesday for the next stream. All right. Y'all have a great day. Bye.